Welcome to another episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing. This episode comes to you by way of HWX Handcrafted Candles. Their motto is relax and enjoy. Also by the Block family, which started on Marlowe's Corner, and we just keeping it going because that's what brothers do. And we also come to you by the Track Titans, who provides us with our music that we play throughout the tracks, beginning and end. So if you know somebody who's spitting or singing, let them know, holler at us over here at Musically Zone Talks Boxing, and we'll hook them up with the Track Titans for sure. Also, another season in Champ Ross just ended. Champ Ross Fantasy Boxing League. It's been around for about 4 years, so you know it has the longevity. Has plenty of players in it that you can test your skills against to see how you stack up against those who feel like they stacking up and picking fights by decision, draw, knockout. You know, the round. If you can pick it and you can show up, get a chance to win a cash prize. Now, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start the tracks to rolling. Well, I get to rolling, and then we're going to get into it. Because as you see in the title, it says, if words are kept, boxing about to get lit. That's in my opinion. But until then, let's go ahead and get it started like we do. I'll holler at y'all in a minute.
Back from love, he fell from grace and God. He lost his protection from the demons.
I tell them you can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. Bang, bang, don't try me, that fire always be by me. You can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. I'm gassed up, ignite me, my cash up, too lit, I be up. I'm a type of nigga that says shit straight. I never did hate, that's a bitch nigga trait. By any means, baby, I'ma get to the cake. I been a real nigga, so it ain't for debate. Beefing with me, get you hit with a stake. She left you for me, saying you the mistake. I can't be replaced. Nah, saving wet hoes. Do you see me with a cake? I hustle from sun up to sundown. If a hater run up, he get walked down. We be up in that stick on who talk down. Reaching for my shit, 5-5. I be putting in work, I don't clock out. Talking dirty, you niggas get mouthed out. Shout it like how I kick it like Kung Lao. Cause these niggas be chicken, compound. I ain't wanna do it, but have to. I'm the shit like I live in the bathroom. Pull up, eat it, and dip, she fast food. Girl, let me show you what this cash do. I'm going nuts like the cashews. My name in they mouth with a bad mood. Not a brokey, I go with a cash move. I'ma set this shit off if I have to. Hey. Niggas ain't built like me, Bionicles, but you self-made. It's ironic though, you original but you be copying. I'm by my coins, I got that sonic flow. Bruce Lee, Roy, bitch, I got the glow. Probably run a ticket up at Papa Do's. Call me Young Atomic cause I'm about to blow, nigga. Pause, no homo, no homo. You can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. Bang, bang, don't try me, that fire always be by me. You can't get like me, yo man, ain't shit like me. Pack strong, hit like me, you broke, can't sit by me. Gang, gang, beside me, we ride till we D.I.E. I'm gassed up, ignite me, my cash up, too lit, I be up. You can't get like me. Pack strong, hit like me. We ride till we D.I.E. My cash up too lit, I be up.
What's good? What's good? What's good? I know we're getting started a little late, but then we are still on time. Now, as the title says, if words are kept, boxing is going to be lit. The Haneys are making their rounds again. Bill is making noise like he's supposed to for his son. And if I'm understanding correctly and things are crossing my eyes on different platforms, I believe Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. has lined it up and are set to do battle. Kid Austin took care of business in the first round against Tevin Farmer. I actually thought it was going to go the distance and Kid Austin would win a decision, but I guess he had other plans. The Bronze Bomber made his return to the ring yard from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. The Bomb Squad King. We also had an appearance from Holly Holmes. And I believe they say she had been out the ring for about 12 years. We're going to dive into all of these things tonight on this show. We're going to sit back and have fun like we always do. I done put out the bat signal to the fam, to the friends, to the brothers, to the sisters. Y'all know how we do. We sit back, have fun. I'm getting my stuff together so I can put it in the air at least one time so we can have some fun. So, with that being said, I done laid down the things we're going to talk about. Y'all want to talk about it with me? Come on in here, get it down, get it going. Let's roll. But, you know what I'm saying? Kid Austin made an amazing appearance. Amazing. Like I said, we're going to also talk about the Bronze Bomber and what he did and did not do in his latest fight. Not taking shots, just keeping it real. My opinion. Nothing to discredit anybody. I'm just giving my opinion and keeping it live like that because everybody has an opinion and we can all give it when we want it. So with that being said, hit you with some hydro blow. Well, I go and get things together on the backside. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying? I know y'all know what I'm saying. We'll be right back. Y'all kick it with hydro blow. So I finish getting it together.
Shorty looking mad fly. Had me captivated when she walked by. I'm serious, she had me feeling this tingle, son. Stimulated conversation after mingling. Honey was jingling and stretched jeans looking clean. Appearance would enhance any scene, know what I mean? Feel me, really. I know it sounds silly, but looking at her was like puffing on a fat fillet. Relaxing, she had this natural attraction. She started laughing when she saw my reaction. Oh my, pass the name and number to the cell. Asked for mine, I said his oldest last name is Bell. Also known as the O, the B, the 3, the A, the S, the T. It's me, obese, and you get high. Then I'm your guy.
If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go.
Say what you want, just be blunt. I can stand the pain. Take a ride on the great airlines. I promise you be glad you came. The fire in your eyes make wetness between your thighs. You say you never blow, I eliminate your disguise. Underneath your green exterior, I gaze. Exploration of your brain leaves me in a purple haze. I see consent as my morals continue living. I just like to engage in a little oral tradition. So pardon my unorthodox approach to blazing luscious. That's just the way I roll. Lick the split before I stuff it. You like it hot, I got enough smoke to choke the average throat. But tonight I'm trying to go a little deeper. Loving the feel of your lips, taking drags off this gas, just puff and never pass. I'm your high value reaper.
If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. We can make this track go.
I'm chilling in my room on this night. I got something tied up in the shower. Am I right? A friend in the negligee smiling as she rolling up. Every once in a while looking up, saying, "Girl, hurry up." She placed her gaze back up on and took a deep sigh and said, "I'm so home. You want a drink?" I said, "Yeah." And while she walking to the table, she asking what I think. I like the way your lips poke, I like she pout. And that ass got my little man shouting. She kinda giggled, "Oh, you like what you see?" Before I can answer, I heard, "Hey, what about me?" I turn around, she got a pose with no clothes, with her leg up on the chair, with her hands exposed. She said, "Don't speak, just lay back on the bed." Said something about double E. Yeah, you heard what she said.
If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. If I got the high, you got control. We can make this track go.
We back up in here. We back up in here one more again. That's right, one more again. Now, as I was saying, Devin Haney, the Ream magazine has put out that Devin Haney and Brian Norman should be facing each other for the WBO welterweight title in November in Riyadh season, or should I say in Riyadh. Turki Al-Sheikh announced Haney will attempt to win his third division title in his first fight as a full-fledged 147-pounder. Norman delivered one of 2025's best knockouts earlier this month. So, with that being said, I guess you can give Devin the bragging rights, if there's bragging rights to be had on the situation, that he is stepping in the ring with a hard fighter, in my opinion. Brian Norman is hot right now. Devin's last performance wasn't that hot, but he went out there and got a victory. A lot of people feel like his fight and Shakur's fight is the reason that Turki Al-Sheikh said that he wasn't going to have any more Tom and Jerry fights. And a lot of people just started running with that, thinking that he was really taking shots at Haney and Shakur Stevenson. A lot of people say it's Shakur more than Haney, but in Haney's last performance, you would think that's what it was. So with that being said, Haney has been in the ring with Ryan, who, you know, put the stop on him. Regis, and he didn't stop him. Let's get that correct. He beat him a full 12. He just kept dropping him with the hook. Now, I listened to Bill Haney in the conversation that he was having with the gentleman, my gosh, what's his name? Showbiz the Adult. And Bill was saying that he implemented a plan for Devin to follow. Salute to our brother Eric Arden, slid into the building early. Always here with us. Always here with us. One of our biggest supporters, and I appreciate him for that. What's going on, Eric R? If you don't mind, shoot that bat signal up in the sky. Let the rest of the family know what we're doing. But coming down to Bill has said he implemented a plan for Devin not to get hit because he was trying to shut up everybody. He was trying to make sure that the people that was going to talk the noise about Devin this and Devin that, he was going to go ahead and show that, let the world see that Devin can swim without getting wet. I think that was pretty much what he was trying to get at. Which in turn, the guy Showbiz had said that, you know, if he had to let Devin go ahead and step on the gas, it's a possibility he could have got that guy out of there. He was more matter of fact of that he could have got that guy out of there. I'm going to say it was a possibility that he could have stopped him. But whatever the case may be, Bill did kind of take the brunt of the blame when it comes down to Devin's last fight. Bill said it was he who implemented the plan for Devin to show the world that if he didn't want to be hit, he didn't have to be hit. That's what was said. That's the way it was broke down. That's the way I understood it when I saw the interview. What I want to know is, do you plan on fighting all the time like that? No. He said they were not going to fight like that all the time. I just threw that out there so we would slide into it good. What he said was that Devin is so capable and so skillful that he doesn't have to fight the same way when he comes out. He could change it up every time. And Mom, you know, I'm thinking like, so this man is, what you saying, he is a chameleon when it comes to stepping in the ring and putting out boxing styles. A chameleon at going out there and earning a win. The night that he went up against Ryan, he just, you know, he was off a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry. Ryan was on a little bit because, you know, he had something in his system. Now, a lot of people say that, hey, it's not fair to have stuff in your system. A lot of people say, hey, was it the stuff in the system that was making Devin not block the hook? I'm not going to ride on none of that. Y'all know how I feel about people that cheat when it comes to taking stuff in the sport where you can kill somebody. I ain't just throwing it out there. Y'all know that's a straight up fact. People can kill somebody when you're going out there. The sport is dangerous enough. But I don't want to ride on Devin too hard. Except to say, we do know that he offered a fight to a couple other guys and the fights didn't fall through. The Normans let it be known right out the gate. Hey, you seeing that smoke this way? We inhaling. We standing in the middle of it. We sleeping with it. We just got a room that's filled full of smoke. We don't even let the windows up. We close the door, put a towel up under it. Make sure we keep all the smoke. Because the Normans say they ready. I believe, he said, Devin is Devin the chameleon brought to transform the pinata versus Brian Norman. He gonna transform into a pinata versus Brian Norman Jr. You think that's what's gonna happen? I believe. I'm thinking, you know, 9 times out of 10, I don't think Bill is 100% foolish, but I think he might try to implement what Showbiz the Adult had a conversation with him about. I'm saying names today because I want to make sure everybody get their props. Because I've been noticing some stuff that been said over here at Musically Zone Talks Boxing, word for word, almost verbatim. And we don't get our props from it. Whether Trey X said or D-Lo says it or I say it or one of our brothers in the chat, Eric R or Gil Cole music meets AI meets in music. Any of these guys at any point can come out with a jewel. And I do my research. I go around and I listen on the channels and see what's happening. But I ain't gonna even rag on that. Y'all let me know if you think Devin will go out there and try to stick and move, get in and out, move around, use the real estate in the ring. Regardless if the ring is a smaller ring, that doesn't stop you from doing what you need to do. Yeah, you don't have as much to move around in, but that guy still has to close the space. They saying that Brian Norman is flat-footed and yada this and yada that. But the young man seems to be tough and ready and on the right road right now. It looks like he's on the right trajectory to make a name for himself. If everybody keeps their words in boxing right now, it's going to be lit. I'm looking forward to seeing what Devin the Dream can do. And I'm looking to see what he can do and how he'll try to stave off Brian Norman. Or will Brian Norman be storming and go ahead and roll over our boy Devin the Dream? I like both fighters. I had no disrespect or ill will toward either one of them. I want to see all these guys get out there and do their thing so we can brag about them down the road. My boy, he say now later, Tootsie Roll, M&M's. after every one of those hooks connect, dang, so he gonna turn into a now later. Pow! Oh no, I'm gonna Tootsie Roll. Pow! Oh no, M&M. Pow! Oh wait a minute, is that a Mars ball over there? That's what you trying to say, Eric? That's how that man gonna be going. I noticed last week that our sound wasn't that great. Are we coming through good? Because it sounded like last week we was kind of in a tube or something. It sounded horrible, and nobody let me know. Just horrible. Anyway, let's go ahead and start cooking. Let's go ahead and jump on it. The Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. He made his return to the ring. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a hit real quick. That'll give me a chance to pull up the gentleman's name he was fighting, cause I forget. And then we gonna come back and break down what it is that we saw, that I saw. Let me know what it is that you saw. We'll be right back after this hot break to speak about the Bronze Bomber and how he looked in his return.
The light will save you. Keep following the light. The light will save you. Keep following the light.
That was a little quicker than I thought. Maybe I need to hit y'all with something that's gonna take a little more time while I pull up my information. Eric, I see you put the signal out. Who we got there? Bam! We got an announcement here. Wilder looks so bad. If I was Jake Paul, I'd be hitting him up ASAP. Whoo! Thanks for letting me know that we sound clear. So, hey, where's the? I forgot to put that up there. Here we go. Bam! Put our people up on the screen. I got to share the screen with them. So, my brother said that to him, Wilder looked bad, and if Jake Paul was smart, he'd go after Wilder. Man, with that being said, Eric, that's an aspect. Seeing that he was out there calling people out, Jake Paul, that is, after he took care of the legend's son, Julio Cesar Chavez's son, who didn't seem to really be letting his hands go throughout the fight. You know what I'm saying? He picked it up in the end, and if it looked like if he had really fought, he could have pulled off a decision. Now, foolishly, and I'm saying foolishly, I picked the guy that was supposed to be the most seasoned, the guy that was supposed to be the vet, that had the experience, that knew what to do in the ring against Jake Paul, who is still relatively a novice, and he let him handle his business against him. And then to listen to him in a locker room talking about, I was warming up, he was, a couple of more rounds and I would have got it. That sounded so foolish to me to say a couple of more rounds. Well, it's not a 15-round fight. It was 12. And you had 12 rounds to handle your business. That's 36 minutes. 36 minutes to go out there and handle your business against Jake Paul. But it seems to me you was comfortable with collecting a check, going home and being comfortable with that. I'm not going to beat the dude up more than what he got beat up already in the ring. It was disappointing for him to go out there and not show it all. At least, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to crown Jake Paul to be a boxer and give him a chance to become a champion, at least give him some competition. He is calling out Tommy Fury again because I guess he wants his get back because he feel like he can beat Tommy now. But he called out Badou Jack. He called out AJ. He called out oh man, I can't, his name is slipping my mind. But he called out the cruiserweight champion. And he's still screaming out for Tank. I don't get that one at all. The other fights, yeah, I can get those. But Tank, he's a couple of feet, a foot and a lot of inches shorter than you. Arm span much shorter than yours. That is a mountain, strictly a mountain for Tank to climb in order to face Jake Paul. So if any of those fights were to materialize, I wouldn't expect that one to. He said, I picked Jake. Chavez had just lost to Anderson Silva. Okay. I picked Chavez just for the simple fact I was hoping, thinking maybe his dad, was able to get through and say, son, if there's any fight that you should win, this is the one that I would be expecting you to go out there, lay it on the line. But that didn't happen. Y'all know how it go. Very disappointing show. Made me lose points in Champ Ross. Son of a biscuit. Just the sadness that fell over me. Because I was like, man, you making my season slip away. But I ended in the numbers, in a range that, they said that I should end in. I did make it into the 30s session. That's right, up in the 30s. All the way from last place, I pulled myself up. I got it from the mud. Put it like that. But anyway, Jake Paul, he took care of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. It went over without a hitch. Nothing major. I think he did he drop that boy? I can't remember. That's how interested in that fight I was. I wasn't truly that interested. But it was just sad to see. Not sad, but damn, you the son of a legend. Have some kind of pride, some kind of pickup about yourself, some kind of go get it. But I didn't see that. Wow. As the world turns, let's go ahead and talk about Wilder, because I remember the last time that I spoke about Wilder, I did say that, hell, the man has had a storybook career. Took losses against Tyson Fury, which I think will age well, no matter how you want to put it. And people are going to try to put him down and talk crazy about him. The man went out there and gave you 3 good fights against Tyson Fury. 3 hella fights. First, second, and third. He gave us a trilogy that made a lot of people start to respect him and say, oh, Wilder is a warrior. He's a warrior. First, he wasn't nothing to a lot of people until he went out there and Fury beat him. And then all of a sudden, they felt like he was a warrior. He earned their respect. And seems like our fighters have to do that all the time. Earn extra respect. Put in extra credit. Stuff like that. The good that I seen out of Wilder was he was using his jab. I would have preferred him to use a more power jab than pawing and just snapping every now and then. But he used his jab. He stayed behind it pretty well. You could see that he was off. That right hand just wasn't connecting well. And the man that he was fighting, what's that dude's name? I just looked at that boy. The guy that he was fighting, what's his boy's name? Shoot. It's early, busting out the words like that. He just didn't give anything back to Wilder. The few punches that he did throw at Wilder, Wilder showed, that he was trying to get out the way. He leaning back and, trying to do what he needed to do. But it was an ugly fight. It wasn't what you expected. The pluses that I said, like I said, Wilder stood behind his jab. He used his jab throughout the fight, threw a couple of hooks throughout the fight. Went to the body with a great hook, which I would have liked to have seen more of that. Harden or something like that. You right, Eric R. That's the guy's name. So it just was what would I say? It was like looking at two lower level fighters, and we know at one point Wilder was at the top of the pile, but this fight looked like two lower level fighters. Wilder just seemed like he couldn't get his coordination right or anything like that. Now, I know I'll probably catch a lot of slack, but I stand by what I said is, Wilder has had a storied career. He's achieved great things as far as I'm concerned. He became the WBC champion, held it for 5 years. So he was a long reigning tender on it. 10 title defenses. That's the mark met that Ali had. I know people gonna say, oh, well, he didn't fight people like Ali. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that he held on to the belt for 5 years and he beat whoever they put in front of him. A lot of guys was pop dirty that was trying to fight him. Nobody, really complained or made sense of that. The one fight that we didn't get was he and AJ. Him still hanging around, it's a possibility that we might get that fight. But the way he fought this young man Harden, or however you say it, I don't think that performance will stand the test of time with the Joseph Parkers of the world, the Zilly Zangs of the world, and Usyk. Hell, I don't even know how to stand up against AJ. I don't even know how to stand up against AJ when it comes down to it. He still and forever will be the Bronze Bomber, Bomb Squad, 42 knockouts. Nobody can take that away from him. Nobody can say he doesn't have heart or wasn't a warrior. What they can say is that his skills, from watching him over time, don't seem like they really gained any gotten any better. Like I said, he used to use his jab. He used his jab greatly against Berman Stiverne when he took the belt away from Stiverne in the first fight. And you would have thought that was something he would have built off of. But, you fall in love with being able to knock people out with a perfect right hand. And, his fans, they didn't make it any better. I was one of the guys. I didn't make it any better. He going through a fight. People saying he's down on every card, but he's knocking them out. And the knockout wipes away anything that the cards have on them. So with that being said, I can say that Wilder, not a top 75, not a top 100. I don't think. You guys will have to tell me where you think he should be ranked in the bowels of history when it comes down to it, where you would place him. But I can say that I don't think the experts and the historians will place him high on the number, high in the numbers when it comes down to ranking him. Storied career, like I said, beautiful career. My boy Eric R said he overachieved more than almost any other fighter. He's cooked now. He don't have nothing to prove. Exactly. That's the way I feel. He doesn't have anything to prove. Before his legacy is tarnished anymore, I would say bag up and get your chill on, man. Go ahead. You got your money. You got your scruples about yourself. Your mind is still sharp. Your body is not broke up. Go and get your chill. But it's how do you tell a warrior that it's time to go on and sit down and let it go? You have to let them go through the process and go through what they have to go through and see how they accept it. Simple and plain. With that being said, I don't see Bomb Squad really being back. And I would really, truly like to see who you guys think he should fight. I heard the guy from Boxing Voice, Ness, say that he should go on a bum tour, go in and beat up a bunch of bums. And somebody that he named was Joe Louis. Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. He said Joe Louis went on a bum of the month run. I even seen a video where he and Ali was talking and he spoke about bum. And Ali said, "Oh, so I would be a bum? I would be a bum? Nah, not Ali. Come on now." Yeah, my boy say, let me see. He a top 25 through 30 heavyweight all time. Maybe. You give him 25 to 30? Okay. You know, my memory ain't that great. I'll wait till some of the historians come on here. I'll do a little more homework to see. So we know he's not going in the top 5. You know he's not going over Joe Frazier, Ali, Foreman, Lau, Shavers, Tyson, Holyfield. Man, it's a lot of names. You said 25, top 25, 30? Okay. We'll see how that breaks down as time goes and people start ranking them. But we have to wait for him to sit down and see exactly how that's going to break. But I can say I was glad to see him using his jab. I was glad to see him not being afraid to engage. He didn't seem too gun shy. But then again, he was put in the ring where people expected him to get a win. I would say a feel-good fight, a fight to let him test that jab and everything. I was surprised to hear that he and Malik Scott had split up. You know, I read where it said, you know, they still brothers, and sometimes you have to make changes, and this was the time. So we'll see if Malik Scott, one, shows up again as someone else's trainer and how he does with them. Because I say a lot of people was like, Malik is trash, and he's trying to change Wilder instead of just building on what Wilder had to work with. You know, mistakes are made, and you learn. This was his first lead training job, I do believe. We'll see if he did good enough to pick up another. That's what we'll have to do. We'll see if he's done good enough to pick up another. I'm going to go ahead and push the issue a little bit. Eric R., my brother. We're going to hit you with Smell the Blood. I don't know if it's the slow one or the fast one, but we're going to go ahead and take a quick hiatus for about 1:31. And I'll be right back to you. Damn. My bad, y'all. Y'all know sometimes I be tripping over here. I should have had Smell the Blood playing. Here we go. I just noticed that it was on mute, y'all. Y'all got to help a brother out here, y'all. No. MZB tripping. Smell the Blood and we'll be right back. Because we got to talk about Holly Holm. I got you here, Cross.
Smell the blood. Smell the blood. Smell the blood. Smell the blood.
Niggas throw rocks and then hide their hands, so I gotta keep grinding to make this plan work. I hear the whispers of them hating on me. I left the windows open that way the hate be free. Nothing about Z-Soft, please don't tempt me to spit flows and lies and leave things empty. I done did time, kids, don't resent me. What I went for, just know I did send me.
Smell the
back, cause I'm the only one here that'll watch like that. Keep my eyes on the prize, watch where my steps land. Toes hang around, they'll bring deception. But those that'll bring better have protection. Situations change, make a misdirection. If I show the pole, yeah, it's gon' pop. Once I get to squeezing, then I won't stop, nah. So what we stop for?
It's the end of the track.
What?
Now, Holly Holmes has got to be a special type of athlete. For her to come back, and I believe they said she had been out the ring 12 years or 10 years, something like that. And for this lady to come back and move throughout the whole fight, be able to keep the younger fighter up off of her all night, sticking and moving, on her feet, in and out, using the ring. She did not look like she got tired. This lady did not look like she had been missing out of the ring for the time that they said that she had been missing. This lady showed me something that was just beautiful. She was able to go out there and handle her business all night. 10 to 12 years. I can't remember which one. I think it was 12. That's what seems to be sticking in my head. But imagine coming back after so long and just handling her business. My boy Eric R said she was probably working a lot with Clarissa Shields. I don't know, she's an MMA fighter, kickboxer, and a boxer. She handled the business against, what was the bully girl name? The little thick neck girl that was choking out everybody and handling them with her jiu-jitsu, Ronda Rousey. When I saw her go out there and kick Ronda upside the head and just handle Ronda in that fight, I didn't think her greatness could get any higher. But I was impressed by the way she was able to show back up and handle her business. Dare I say, and I will have to say this, my brother Trey Exton slid into the building. Salute, salute. I'm just speaking about Holly Holmes and how great of a job she did after being out of the ring for so long. Congratulations to this lady, man. A champion as a kickboxer. She was a champion in MMA. She's also been a champion in boxing. She handled her business. Man, I was surprised. Now, here's another fight that, messed me out of my Champ Ross picks, because I figured it was going to be an out with the old, in with the new, which turned out to be totally wrong. It was more like the old school was coming in and had plenty to teach the new school. And she boxed the girl's ears off. Let me just put that. She made her look slow. Her counters were slow. Her feet were slow. Holly Holmes went out there and showed a top-notch fighter against a lower-level fighter. Dare I say that? Because she shut old girl down. Totally. From the opening bell to the end of the fight. And I was thinking, because she had been out the ring so long, that, like I said, that she would lose on the decision. Pretty much. But I guess she had other plans, because she came out there, showed no fear, showed no fatigue, and handled her business. She boxed all night. Foot movement, head movement. But she didn't really have to do too much head movement, because there wasn't a lot coming back at her to be in danger about. And with that being said, I had to take my hat off, give Holly Holmes a big salute, and say, great job. Because she handled her business throughout that fight. And nobody can take that away from her. And if y'all got something y'all want to say, put it in the chat. Let me know. Did you feel like Holly Holmes went out there and surprised you? Because I was surprised to see this lady come out there and fight the way she did. I just was surprised. I was moved by the whole thing. It was a great situation. Beautiful fight as far as for Holly Holmes to go. And she just handled Vega all the way around. Handled her. It was nothing Vega could do. She couldn't catch up to her. She couldn't catch up to her to put pressure on her. She was following her around and walking into punches and trying to catch up. Holly was just always a step ahead. Always a step ahead. Which turned into a beautiful fight. I don't know how much more she can do or how much longer she can go. But hey, with the way she looked in this fight, I'm willing to see her fight again. My boy Eric R say Holly is a dog. This I have to agree with 100%. The lady is a dog. She handled her business. And I gotta give her 100% kudos. Salute to Holly Holmes for going out there and doing her thing and handling her business like a champion. Because that's what she proved to be. And shit, what can you say? You gotta like that kind of stuff. As I opened up earlier, let me put the guy out here. It's not the greatest picture of all for you guys to take a look at. Kid Austin and Tevin Farmer. Another fight that I picked the right fighter, but I expected it. My boy Trey X say, before I change it, but I expected it to be a decision fight, and I thought Kid Austin would win in decision. In no way did it come across my mind that he would go out here and stop Tevin Farmer in the first round. Especially after I saw how Tevin Farmer handled his business his last couple of fights. But, time catches up. Things, maybe the last couple of fights were the best two fights or the best fights that he had left in him, and it was time to move on. Trey X say her opponent wasn't brought in to win. She didn't have an amateur background and hadn't fought anyone. Oh, well, that shows a lot. That says a lot. In volumes, that says a lot. And Holly went out there and made it look like exactly what you said. It made it look like that she didn't have an amateur background and hadn't fought anybody and wasn't brought in to win. Because Holly was all over her like white on rice. I don't have any other things because the other ones stank on boo-boo and all that kind of stuff. Just don't seem to fit right. So I'm going to just give it to her like it was. She did her thing. He said, man, I picked a draw. Forgot all about the Tourette's. Yeah, I seen how you said it, but the boy went out there and whooped on him and didn't show no Tourette etiquette. Just went out there and whooped the man. Well, that's what he's supposed to do. And he was supposed to do it like that because, the last time we saw him, he was supposed to be in Riyadh season fighting against our boy Shakur, the baby world beater. And that fell apart. He ended up in the hospital. He caught a lot of slack. We threw a little slack at him too. We got on him a little bit. But the young man went out there and handled his business. Looked good doing it. He jumped on Tevin Farmer like a hungry man on a Christmas ham. A starving slave on a pig feet. Pig foot. You name any kind of hungry person, that's the way he jumped on that man, Tevin Farmer. Got him out of there. The first knockdown was, I guess, a flash knockdown. Bam! With the right hook, dropped him. He getting up. And remember I told y'all I used to work with a guy that had that little tick too, like Tourette's, where he'd be doing like this all the time. And my boy Tevin got up and he was, doing this little nod thing. And I was like, he all right, he good. He telling the refs, the ref counting. He like, man, come on, I'm ready, I'm good. But Kid Austin, I'm saying Kid Austin, Schofield, baby Schofield went out there and jumped on him again. Wop, Molly whopped him. Call it any kind of whopping you want to call it, but the man ended the fight in good fashion. He ended the fight in good fashion. Look at this here. Back door was open and our brother slide in. Trey X, one of my favorite people to talk to. The man, the myth, the only brother I know that can call a whale from a frog. Oh, I said that backwards. Call a frog from a whale, had alligator standing on side of turtles talking about call a fight. Trey X is in the building. What's up, my brother?
What's going down, man? Forgive me if my brain moving slow. I was up all night at this playing poker and shit, man. I done gotten it's this little poker club that I started going to. I was in that motherfucker at like 3 a.m. So my brain going kind of slow, but I still wanted to talk about a little boxing.
Yeah,
So
I'm with you.
I'm hearing what you're talking about with the Tevin Farmer fight. And it was impressive what the youngster did, but at the same time, we have to remember that we can't put 100% stock in first round knockouts. I believe Tevin Farmer came out cold. And he an older guy, reflexes a little slow, Tourette's, and he got this young ball of lightning that's coming to the ring. And this youngster Kid Austin, and he explosive. So I just thought that was a combination to get him out of there in one round. I personally would be more impressed if I saw him break Tevin Farmer down over 6, 7, 8 rounds, at least more than one round. That would tell me more. But it's impressive to get a first round knockout. But as far as analysis, you can't really get a lot from that. Like, all we can say is he went out there and caught him early, and Farmer got up, got caught again, got up and got caught again, and the ref stopped it. But we didn't see no signs. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't see him show his work, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I got you.
Yeah, I would like to.
You did the math problem without doing his work, like the teacher used to say, show your work.
Yeah, we need to see him show some work, man. So although I am impressed, I have to be Derek Downer a little bit and keep shit in perspective.
Oh, that's totally understandable. And a first round knockout, you don't really get a lot of info to see what goes on. We do know he's a fast starter. We do know that. But for the fight to go on a little longer, you're right. We would have got a chance to see what he would have been able to pull out of his bag if he would have been able to break Tevin down. I would have liked to see him go on a nice little body attack, work the head and the body as well, and show a little defense. But Tevin, like you said, he came out cold, and I'm gonna copy what Eric Carr said. He came out cold and went out just like he came in, cold. Man, that'd be trippy. But who do they got him lined up for next? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. And if everybody is on the right trajectory and they keep things going, I think boxing will get a little lit pretty soon. I think it'll be lit if everything falls in place like they said. The Devin Haney against Brian Norman. How do you think that's gonna come out? That boy said that Dad talked about the hypnotized and possessed his son to knock him out. He hypnotized him and possessed him. Really?
I got a phone call and shit. My bad.
Oh, you good?
What you was saying?
I was saying, I was listening to Bill and everything. If everything goes down the way it seems to be breaking in boxing, things should get a little lit with Devin and Norman Jr. fighting. I want to see who Schofield is going to be fighting next. I haven't seen anything concrete yet about Tank and Roach. Last thing I seen Roach saying is if Tank didn't accept the rematch, he would be fighting Shakur. And then it went from fighting Shakur to going up to fighting the winner of Devin and Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah, I want to say
got that in him?
I want to say one more thing about Schofield before you move on.
Okay.
Like we saw Schofield, he went, I want to say 12 rounds against Rene Tiguez Hiron. It might have been 10. It seemed like it was 12 though. You saw him get dropped in the fight and all that kind of stuff. He won by a very large margin, but he didn't look like we just saw this past Saturday. So it's like, which one am I supposed to believe? Am I supposed to believe he's that guy that I saw for 12 rounds? Am I supposed to believe he's the guy that I saw for 1 round this past Saturday? You probably could say he's somewhere in the middle. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. If I see a motherfucker for 12 rounds against a guy that's like a solid B-level guy, and you do win by a large margin, but you ain't get him out of there, even though that's an Iron Man. I got to say that. But I think he closer to what I saw against Hiron. I always been skeptical about Schofield, though. You know, maybe I've been saying this shit for a while, though. Like, he a young 3.5, bona fide. You know what I'm saying? The explosive, kind of like a Sean Porter type guy. I'm just not sure about this kid, man. I would love to see when he step up in class. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll have some problems with Shakur and Keyshawn and all them motherfuckers, but we'll see though.
Well, right now he's paving his way. You say the first fight might have been 10, seemed like it was 12. Gave you a better sample of what he possesses. He showed us that he will get up off his butt and continue to fight. You mix that in with what he did with Tevin. I would have to say if you come out there and you don't be on your point right from the start, he can get you like that in the first round. He can get you like that because of the way he starts fast and jumps on you. Against Shakur, I'm pretty sure Shakur, silver medalist, baby world beater, things that we got him labeled in. I'm pretty sure that would be a harder fight because I'm sure that Shakur would use a lot of different tactics on it to change up the way he fights. And who else did you name? Keyshawn. Keyshawn would be another hard fight for him because Keyshawn is gonna meet him, I believe, power blow with power blow. And Keyshawn is a little more well adapted from what I've seen him fighting in Schofield. He seems to have a little more ring generalship over Schofield. So I would say Schofield, keep working hard, keep doing what you're doing, and when these harder fights step up, you're gonna have to step up. Another chance for somebody to shine, somebody to soak up the bright lights and see if you can turn into a star.
It's a big difference from a lunch pail, learn on the job guy with 13 amateur fights like Tevin Farmer. You going to 2 Olympic silver medalists, and one got an AIBA World Championship gold medalist, and the other one got an AIBA World Championship silver medal and a Pan American Games silver medal. That's a whole different. It's a whole different setup. Yeah, Tevin Farmer got 8 losses. These motherfuckers, I think they're on a whole different level. So we can't even look at that fight and do no projecting ahead. That's nothing because Tevin Farmer can't whoop down one of them. Now he will come with a good fight. He came with some good fights lately against Zepeda. Zepeda's a 4. He had a good fight against Murataya. I don't even know what the fuck he is. Ain't no solid information about him except for the fact that he beat Ryan Garcia 3 times in the amateurs. That's the only thing significant that you'll find. But even they ain't on the level of Keyshawn and Shakur. So yeah, that's 2 different things, man. So we'll see about this motherfucker.
Yep, that's all we can do. Sit back and wait for the next battle to come up and see how he and his dad game plan and see how they execute it.
Yeah.
Eric Ross said he hopes he gets the winner out of Tank and Roach. Oh, he is in a weight class. I don't know how that would turn out. I would have to sit back and think on that one. My boy Eric Ross said Devin ain't gonna make it out that Brian Norman fight. I appreciate him finally challenging himself again.
He actually got a good chance to go the distance. If I were to pick that fight, I'm taking Brian Norman by decision. I done already seen Haney in trouble twice. First time was against Jorge Linares. Second time against Ryan Garcia. So I know that he's no stranger to being hurt. And plus, like when he get hurt, he do what he got to do to survive. He gonna hold you. He held on Linares tight as a motherfucker out there, boy.
Like his girlfriend.
I'm talking about, that's one of the I don't know if it's the best example that I ever seen or the most egregious example that I ever seen, but he did what he had to do to hear the final bell. He got hurt late in the fight at the end of the round. Linares threw that 3-punch combination. Devin expected it to be 2 punches and let his guard down for the 3rd punch and got caught right on the chin, did the stanky leg back to his corner. I think that was the end of the 9th round. For round 10, 11, 12, the man did nothing but hold the man. I'm talking about crazy. So I know what he gonna do. And then when he fought against Ryan Garcia, he got caught early in the fight. He got caught with a left hook and was fucked up. And he got caught with arguably the hardest left hooker in boxing, pound for pound. Yeah, that's really the only punch he got. That's the punch. What Bruce Lee say? He say he don't fear the man that throw 10,000 punches one time. He fears the man that throw one punch 10,000 times. So that's the guy that Devin going against, the man that throw the left hook 10,000 times. He hit that motherfucker with the hook, and Devin, not only did he get up, he got back in the fight and actually took the lead on some cards before he got dropped again coming down the stretch. And even then, he got up. He was beat up, fucked up, jaw puffed up, face puffed up, and he made sure he heard the final bell. You know what I'm saying? So I know how he gonna act when he get hurt. He's not no stranger to this shit. So I would expect Brian Norman to beat him, you know, because I'm not sure if Devin got the same confidence he used to have, especially if I look at his last fight against Jose Ramirez. He kept on shucking and jiving and bullshitting on the outside, don't want to really exchange with the man, don't want to throw no punches. That was one of the terrible fights of the weekend. You know what I'm saying? That's up there with the Canelo fight with Liam Skull, and there was one more that was just trash. I can't remember which one it was. But all three fights, was it Teofimo against
No, Tio
Barbosa?
did okay. Tio did okay. He beat Barbosa. I think they complained about I think they didn't give a lot of equity to Ryan and Rolly.
That's what it was. Ryan and Rolly. Them three fights right there. They was setting records down there for low punch output and connected punches. So I know Devin, if he respects your power, and Brian Norman Jr., he got a reputation that precedes him for knocking motherfuckers out. Devin will probably get out there and avoid that motherfucker, try to use his legs and stay on the outside and don't exchange with him a lot. He probably feel like the less action, the better it suits him. Because if his action and they exchanging hook for hook and shit, he probably gonna get the worst of that. So he'll probably try to go out there and fight like a perfect type fight, hit and not get hit, and it'll probably translate into a boring fight for us fans. You know what I'm saying? But I think it'll be enough for him to at least go the distance. And the judges will probably favor Norman for coming forward and making the fight, trying to be aggressive, trying to be offensive. You know what I'm saying? So you'll probably win the rounds, but it'll go down to a decision.
Speaking to that, I heard Bill. I caught him on an interview with Showbiz the Adult, and Bill was taking the blame, or I don't know if it was credit or blame, because he sounded a little proud that he said that he gave Devin the game plan to show the world that he could swim and not get wet, that he could not be touched if he don't want to be touched. The problem with that was you telling him to do that, but at the same time you stifled his offense. What's up to Bruce Gas, Jazz Boxing and More? Salute at MZ Musically Zone Talks Boxing. What's up, Bruce Gas? Salute to you. But Bill was saying that, you know, that was the game plan that he wanted Devin to do. The boy Showbiz was like, well, if you had turned him loose and let him go, he possibly could have stopped Ramirez. I don't really subscribe to that. I don't know if he would have stopped him, but it would have been a better look for him. To me, he still seemed scared. He still seemed a little shook from what he went through with Ryan. In my opinion, he won't be able to do that against Brian Norman Jr. Going out there, running around and stuff like that, and tippy tappy and pitty patting. I don't think that's going to be what he needs to do. I don't really know what he needs to do except be on point and just go out there and box and try to handle his business. Now, some people think that he'll go out there and do what he did to Regis. But I'm like, Brian Norman Jr. is not a Regis Prograis. He's not that slow of foot. He lets his hands go a little quicker than Regis does, in my opinion. And, speaking on what you spoke about him, from the last time you and I spoke, the dude looks like he can take some punches. It looked like he can swing, turn with him or whatever. You know, you were saying like how you were saying he was catching punches and seeing it work back. I don't know if Devin will be able to deal with that, but it'll be his chance to show us his recuperative skills or recuperative not skills. What would you say? His
abilities.
His recuperative. Now I'm messing it all up. His ability to recuperate seems a little slow. The first fight that you mentioned, I thought it was a 4-punch combination that caught him, but maybe I'm wrong. You said it was a 3. I thought it was a 4. I thought he had been kind of protecting himself because Ramirez was shooting 3s at him, and he followed up with a 4. But I could be wrong. But when he caught him and he wobbled, walked wobbling to the ring, you're right. 9, 10, 11, and 12 was a holding fest. He should have had some flowers for that man and some candy.
Yeah, it might have been a 4-punch combination.
Which, I could almost say, I can almost see somebody getting caught with a 4-punch because, you've been throwing 3s all day and then all of a sudden, bam, here go an extra punch. Here, take this one to the corner with you. That's what it seemed like. And then the way he turned around and looked at Devin when he was wobbling back to the ring, that's burned into my head.
Yeah.
Totally burned into my head.
Yeah, I definitely think that it'll be a Brian Norman Jr. win, though. Well, let's see if he can go out there and be great and show us something. Because I definitely think he deserved to be a pretty significant underdog going into this fight. I just think they messed up in the last fight with the matchmaking, too. I think they should have got him an easy opponent so he can go out there and showcase and whoop the shit out of him and feel good. But they gave him somebody that he respect in his comeback fight. But hopefully Bill Haney's right, and he's the one that's responsible for that tentative performance, and he still got some of the old Devin Haney in him. And as far as Regis Prograis, sometimes guys just look better against southpaws, and I am reserving that for Schofield too, because like we say, he had a hard time against Heron, even though he won wide. Heron was coming back with something, he was catching him with the hook every now and then, and he dropped him. But against Tevin Farmer, he looked spectacular, and Tevin Farmer is a southpaw. Sometimes guys just look better against southpaws. You know what I'm saying? They the way that they fight suits them better. Like Schofield is not really like a technical work out the jab type guy. He like to step in with power shots. Well, that's the approach that you want for a southpaw. You don't want to work off your jab as much because it's not lined up in the optimum way. It's way better to lead off with your right hand and come back with your hook and lead off with your left uppercut and shit like that. So sometimes guys just fight better against that. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really look at what Devin did to Regis and then project it to some orthodox fighters. You know what I'm saying? Because I know once you're in that open guard fight, them lanes is wide open. Well, now the lanes are closed. When you in a closed guard fight, the lanes are open. And that's orthodox versus orthodox and southpaw versus southpaw. So it's going to be more coming back at Devin. It's a little bit safer of a fight if he fight a southpaw. That's why you don't see as many knockouts, which is one reason why I was surprised we lost our bet this past weekend, because we took Leon Paro, a southpaw from Australia, 4 on the pedigree scale. He had fought this guy. I can't remember his name. He was 18. He had 18 national championships from the United States. And he went out there and got stopped in like 4 or 5 rounds by a southpaw. He was orthodox. That was very surprising. I was shocked we lost that fight. And then the other fight that I talked about last time, we lost that motherfucker. The dude that I said, it looked like he ain't got nothing. Like, I like his pedigree, but he looked like he ain't got shit. He went out there and got stopped in 1 motherfucking round. And fucked the money off. And then Yasser put he sprinkled some sugar on top, because he talking about, man, we get a free bet. He talking about, man, let's put the free bet on Deontay Wilder about KO1. So I said, fuck it. I was gonna put the free bet on one of the other bets that we had. As a matter of fact, we lost another bet. Yeah, we had a bad weekend, man. We lost another bet. We lost who is that? Christian and Billy when he fought against Marcia Selecki, we had that fight going the distance. He went out there and stopped that motherfucker. And that's the one I wanted to put our little free bet on. So we just had a bad week with the boxing, man, for real. Hopefully, we can come back with something. I think it's kind of slow this week. It should pick up next week.
Oh, we got another week coming up. I thought that was the last week in the season.
Yeah, that's the last week. I'm talking about as far as
boxing.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, I got to give you credit. You upgraded from a 0.5 to a 2. So can't nobody call you no 0.5 no more.
You hear that, Eric R?
He is officially a regional gold medalist. That's what he is.
I ain't finished.
You about like Deontay Wilder, little brother. What's his name?
Oh shoot. What Marcellus?
Marcellus. You a Marcellus Wilder right now. He was a 2-time Alabama Alabama Golden Gloves gold medalist is what he was. And that's what you are. You're a regional gold medalist.
I can live with that. But I'm gonna get better. I can't wait till next season.
That's what's up. You gonna hang in there. That's good.
Oh yeah, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I'm coming back. I ain't gonna take no break this time. I'm coming back because I gotta get it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eric, I don't want to hear no more 0.5, nothing. Where D-Lo at? Because I need to let him know too. That 0.5 stuff is dead. Out of there. Buried deep. 6 feet at least. He say Bill is dumb as a box of rock. As far as the trainer goes, I have to say I agree with you. Because the fight against Lomachenko, when he kept saying, just keep going to the body, don't worry about nothing else. And I was like, why would you do that? It reminded me of Sean Porter's dad when he was saying, let Earl have a body or something. It was something that just didn't make sense. Let him have this and you just protect that. I'm like, how protecting that going, you beat the body, the head, you kill the body, the head will follow. Every time. Every time.
We can say though he did guide his son to a win over Lomachenko though. Got to give him that.
Yeah, I that's why I say I won't take a lot from him. We all know that I give him his props for how hard he go for him for being a dad. But I've always had my reservations about him being a trainer, especially going against these other trainers, because how I was feeling about him going up against Robert Garcia. If I'm saying that correctly. I just don't see Bill as that guy that's really absorbing like he does, like he's supposed to, and getting it to his son like he needs to. But he is guiding his son, and his son is happy with the tutelage that he's getting. I heard that his baby's mama / wife or whatever she is has filed a restraining order against him, has gotten it because she is claiming he's produced violence against her and pushed her down a couple of times. Didn't see that coming. And for all it's worth, I hope it's bullshit. Because I hate to hear that. For any young man. And the old man too. And the lady that's going through it. But we don't know how things are going with that. All I can do is say I hope it get better for him.
Man, but you gotta understand though. Like I ain't condoning it, but I can't be surprised when I hear shit like that. Like one night can change her perception of you. Like before, you've been this unbeatable boxer, undisputed champion. Everybody talking about how great you are, how good you are, and then in one night you get dropped 3 times in the fight, get the hell beat out you in the ring, get embarrassed out there. People talking down on you on the internet. Everywhere she look, she see memes and shit, and folks laughing and making fun of you, and all. It's like, damn, like it's like a switch that got flipped. Like it's crazy how one night can change your whole life, and it's probably hard for him to deal with that, cope with that shit. He probably feel like he done lost some of his masculinity. That's why sometimes, like, you'll see a fighter get the ass whooped, or they'll come back with them tattoos and shit. They come back with a whole bunch of tattoos. They be covered in them because they trying to regain that masculinity that they lost when they lost their fight. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big part of the of boxing and shit, man. How they feel about themselves, and they done had this a lot like throughout their life. But on the smaller scale though, cause like they fighting the amateurs, they fighting at the nationals and all that kind of shit. So you know your schoolmates and shit. Everybody know you box. They know that you do something with your hands. You get some respect from that, cause that's not easy to do. I done seen plenty of football players and shit come into the boxing gym in the off season, get their ass kicked in that ring, and you don't see them no more. Boxing is different. So now you done took it to the big level, the big stage, in front of the whole world, and go out there and get embarrassed, get your masculinity, your reputation, your toughness, all this shit just snatched away from you in one night. And he a young guy. Yeah, I cannot be surprised if he misguiding some of his frustration, displaced aggression. Like he directing the aggression from the frustration in the wrong places. So I can see that. Yeah.
I see what you're saying. His the fact that he's going through what he's going through, like you said, seeing people, everybody on his ass, everybody. If you name it, they own it. They chewing him up, except for his fans, who I gotta give them credit. They stood up for him and stood by him, regardless of everything. But yeah, it is. I could see what you're saying. You know, they could have been having an argument or whatever. Instead of him being the bigger guy or thinking clearly, he let the aggression get the better of him because he's still carrying that. You would think he's still carrying that. It's just shocking that after his win, even though it was an ugly win, after his win and right before he gets ready, you know, right when it's announced that he's getting ready to fight Norman Jr., bam, this follows out. Kind of reminds me of Bivol and his wife when she starts spouting off right before he fought Better Biv. Same kind of situation, it seems.
Yeah, it is very similar.
Almost the same accusation. Because if I'm remembering correctly, I believe Bivol's wife had stated that he had got physical with her. You want to mess up a man's psyche and everybody's view about him? You say he got physical with that woman that he's supposed to be taking care of. Everybody gonna change the way they think about him, whether it's right or whether he did or didn't. If that accusation comes out, it's usually a bad jacket for that guy. He got to really fight to prove that he ain't do it.
At the same time, man, some of these women, they'll say some mean shit to throw you off and try to piss you off and shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll bring up how you lost the fight or bring up some fucked up shit and make you say something or make you want to do something. So I can't put all the blame on Devin. I don't know his situation. Shit, she might be over there provoking the motherfucker, saying all kind of provocative shit to get
like,
him mad.
What's Ryan's phone number? I call him. You talking that shit? I call Ryan, had him come over here and whoop your ass.
Yeah, all that type of shit.
You know that'll cut like a knife.
Yeah.
I should be sleeping with Ryan. He a winner.
Yeah.
Boy.
He had to go to court to get his record taken care of and shit. She probably bringing that up. You really got one loss walking around talking about you undefeated and all that shit. Motherfucker had to go to court. Yeah, all kind of shit, man. Yeah, women to say some mean things, man.
Boy, don't I know it. I have been in situations where some mean stuff was said. You know, I'm serious. Some mean stuff make you want to like grab them around the neck and choke them. But
no, we don't. He didn't mean that shit. He didn't mean that shit. YouTube. We are not
advocating.
Yeah,
we're not advocating violence.
Yeah.
Now what
especially towards women. Well, no, we ain't advocating violence.
What I did, what I was going to finish saying was to make you want to choke them, but then you always come to your senses and you don't do that. You go outside, take a deep breath. You got a garden, go work in it. You know, go throw the basketball up against the rim, or throw the tennis ball up against the house. I'm just saying it make you want to, but don't do it.
Smoke a blunt
Two.
and chill.
You know what I'm
Get
saying?
your mind
Sometimes
right.
you have to blow 3. I don't remember the day that some mean stuff was said to me. I smoked damn near a dime sack. I actually
Yeah.
didn't smoke it all. I
Nigga
smoked
said,
it and bust into another bag. I was hot, hotter than fish grease that was burnt.
he said the dime sack. I ain't heard that in a long time. That was back in the day.
Exactly. That was the last time somebody said something mean to me like that to make me have to be losing my mind. Rod X is in the building. Moody Trey weathered and stepped into the camp. Also, Napoleon Armstrong. Salute to my brothers.
Salute. What's going down?
So, that being, that coming out, you bringing up that point is a great point. I'm because I wouldn't have brought it up, but you bringing it up is a great point to bounce off of. Hopefully, I hope it's all not true. Let me state that again. I hope that it's not true, and she was just scorned and said something. Because it's easy for a lady to be scorned and say something, be wrong, and then take it back, and people will be okay with that. It's just crazy how stuff gets to go so smooth for them. But you gotta love them. You gotta love them. You can't do nothing else to them. I saw a movie. Let me go. Nah, I ain't gonna even make that quote. I ain't gonna even say it. But remember we was talking about the steel boxing when we was talking about the movie with Jimmy Walker when he was the boxer, and we couldn't figure out the name of the movie. It's called Let's Do It Again. When he was hypnotized. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, the name of it is Let's Do It Again. Jimmy Walker is a boxer. It's kind of comedic, but it's an old school movie. He really can't fight. But he gets hypnotized by this hypnotist that tell him he's like a tiger or something like that. And he's fierce and he go out there in the ring and he be whooping ass. So he was supposed to fight this guy. That's all I'm gonna have to tell you. Get a chance to see it, check it out.
All right. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not the greatest movie buff motherfucker. I really use movies to go to sleep. Like I turn the movie on, watch that shit before you know it, I'm out. I just get lost in the world a little bit, and I just trail off and go to sleep just about every single time I watch a movie. It'd be some good sleep too. It'd be some good sleep too, nigga. I'll be refreshed when I wake up after a movie. Well, yeah, I try to watch it and find it and watch it and stay up and watch it.
Yeah, it's an old school. It's an old school, like I said, boxing movie, and it's got to be old because I said Jimmy Walker. That's JJ from Good Times. So you know it's an old movie.
I'm gonna tell you, man, I be feeling real bad for the generation today that they don't get the type of comedy movies that we used to get because they don't have the type of geniuses that we used to have. They ain't got Eddie Murphy making the type of movies he made. They ain't got Martin Lawrence making the type of movies he made. Any of them guys, them super comedic geniuses that was just making all this great material. You ain't gonna see a Harlem Nights again. You know what I'm saying? Even though it only got like 2 tomatoes or some shit out of 4. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Yeah, that's one of the greatest movies of all time. But
you know how it happened.
Oh yeah, because them folks,
Exactly.
Maybe they just can't relate to our type of comedy that we like or something. I don't know, but that was a great movie. But yeah, I feel sorry for the kids, man. I think they jammed up and fucked up a lot of them because they just ain't exposed to the type of shit that we was exposed to. Like the family sitcoms that we used to watch that teach you about empathy and teach you about family and togetherness and all that kind of shit. Or we used to ride around, nigga. We listen to R&B music in the car. They used to play it on the radio. They playing Silk, If You, and Jodeci and Boys to Men and Drew Hill and all that shit. Nigga, it was cool to have a girlfriend and do shit with your girl. Now today you look at like you're a simp or you're soft or something. You got to be hanging out with the guys all the time and doing all this stupid shit. Like, nah, nigga, it was cool to have a bunch of girls. At least have one, have your main squeeze or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I was player. but it ain't player no more. As a matter of fact, niggas don't even take pride in being young players no more. You know how you know, dress tight all the time. You know what I'm saying? Keep your hair cut and stay fresh. These young niggas be wearing pajamas to school and Crocs and got their head looking crazy. Like they are not player at all. A lot of them. You know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for these youngsters, man. They just don't have the same type of influences and shit that we had. I remember Genuine and all them niggas, they used to talk girls straight out their panties for a youngster when I was young. These youngsters, they ain't got that. You know, unless they got some people that can expose them to some of the old school stuff and maybe they can play some music. But I'm talking about the new, what's hot right now, a top 10 countdown, number one, some Jodeci or something. Like, they ain't got that. And I feel bad for them, man.
I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna answer everything that you said. Okay, when it comes to the girls, they ain't got girls. The only way the girl hang with them is she pistol toting and thugged out just as bad as he is. Cause they running around in their pajamas and Crocs too. And have you seen some of their heads? Man, for real. Now, when it comes to the music, all that music is talking about is going hunt down their ops. Ain't nobody telling nobody about holding up with their babe in the dark somewhere with the lights down low and the rain hitting the window. Ain't nobody talking like that. They don't know what that is. And when it comes to them being funny, they funny is more like going through YouTube, seeing somebody who did something that turned out bad, mistakes, and that's the funniest thing going right now. So nobody really seems to be practicing on the craft. I was just talking about those guys that do 85 South and how Nick Cannon had helped make a lot of people that was on YouTube into millionaires. But I don't see it transforming and translating into the genre and the artistry of the comedians that they supposed to be. Just Hilarious is I'm still waiting. Those three guys that's doing 85 South, I'm like, when you pay attention to them, it look like they freestyle in their comedy instead of sitting down with their teams and getting some stuff written up. It's three of y'all on the stage and it's kind of chaotic. Y'all supposed to be killing it, but they not. But that's enough of me ramping on that. You know what I'm saying? That boy Rod X said R&B is most definitely in a drought. Because you're right. And the part where you was naming all the great groups from the 90s that was singing Genuine and Jodeci and Silk and all those different guys. The difference is they were showing you how to be a player. Go ahead and talk to that girl, whisper in the ear, kiss on the neck, kiss on the love. Y'all getting into the groove. Now all they gotta do is pop a pill and all the foreplay and stuff is out the movie. Pop a pill, wait a few minutes, she gonna turn into a freak, he gonna turn into everything. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gotta work hard. Shit. They ain't got to work hard. When we was coming up, you had to work for the love of that girl. Now you can trick her. Here, take this. What's this? Don't worry about it, or do tell her. Oh, okay, let's pop whatever they popping. Next thing you know, it's 900 babies running around here, buy babies, and then don't nobody know nothing. Grandmas ain't trying to babysit because grandmas shouldn't be grandmas. But yeah, that's how they getting their girls. So it's all messed up. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. But like what you said about the girls, they follow behind the guys though. So if the guys go a different direction, the girls gonna go a different direction. You know what I'm saying? Because you even hear girls calling other girls bro. So if that's not an example of women following behind men, I don't know what is. A woman calling another woman bro. So they watch and learn from their brothers and all that type of shit, and that's how they act. So if the culture could switch it and bring back, it's cool to have love in your life. It ain't got to be all about who the toughest, who the most violent, who can do the most drills and get the most kills and all this other type of shit. We change it back up to where love is cool, and to be real, black love, because that's what they don't want to see out there. They don't want the black love, but we need to bring that shit back. You know what I'm saying? And make that shit cool again. Let's make black love great again. Goddamn me. Let's bring that back.
Now I'm gonna
Fuck
say
all that
something.
other shit.
I'm gonna say something to him that's gonna sound throw, but when you listen to it, you're gonna be like, damn, that do make sense. If you want to be gangster, hard, all this stuff that they do in their music and want to show, love will bring all that out of you. Love will make you act a fool, be brave, be tender. It'll make you go through all the emotions. Love will do that.
Love
Love
is
will
the
do
only emotion that really matters, in my opinion. Because love gives life. Like your mother loved you as a baby, and that's why she made sure nothing happened to you, made sure that you had everything you needed. Also, your father too, but to a different extent though, because women have more of a hormone called oxytocin, and that's what makes them look at a baby and say, "Oh." A man ain't gonna look at no baby and say, "Oh." We got love in our own way, and we also got some oxytocin, but not on the same level as a woman, especially when you're looking at a baby. That's also one reason why they make teddy bears have the same facial structure as a little baby. Is because they want to induce the oxytocin response when you look at the teddy bear. You know what I'm saying? But love is what it's all about, because that brings life. It keeps you alive. You know what I'm saying? So all the other emotions, they don't really matter as much, in my opinion. So like they low vibrational. Like love is a high vibrational emotion. So they trying to glorify all the low vibration shit. And that's what they got everybody on. Sexual shit, that's low vibration. Violence, that's low vibration. All that shit. So yeah, they got some R&B singers, even Trey Songz and all them niggas. They took the R&B and made it low vibrational. They took it straight to just lust and make the neighbors know my name, and we gonna be breaking headboards and all this kind of shit. They brought down the vibration. We need the high vibrational love back. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about sex. Sex is a part of it, but that's
Meet
not
me at
what
the
it's all
altar
about. Like some real
in your
love.
white dress. Man, do you remember that song? Meet
Oh
me
yeah,
at the
that's
altar
Jagged
in your
Edge.
white dress.
Yeah, that's
Man,
Jagged
that's
Edge.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's
Turn
one of
off
my
the
favorite groups.
lights and light a candle. Teddy
Yeah,
Pendergrass.
yeah, yeah,
Let me hold you tight.
yeah,
Luther Vandross.
yeah.
Come on, man. Y'all missing everything. Cause y'all want to run them out. Pow, pow, bust that motherfucker. Pow, pow, bust
But it
that
ain't just
motherfucker.
them though. It's the record labels and shit, man. They don't want to put the high vibration out there.
Cause they
They,
know what it is.
I think all that shit connected, man. The prison industrial complex and all that shit. They want a steady pipeline. The niggas going to jail. I just think they got that. Music has that influence. Like I remember, like myself, for example. I was raised by my grandmother, went to church on Wednesdays, Bible study, Sundays, church service, got to go early for Sunday school. I'm in school making straight A's. I was the only black kid that was on the all A honor roll consistently. That's what people knew me for. They would even see me as a grown man and be like, man, I remember you. You used to be winning them awards and stuff at school all the time. We all felt proud of you as black people. And then I started listening to Master P. I'm listening to True, C Murder, Silk, Mystical, Fiend, Mia X, all that shit. I'm listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony. I
Boom,
remember
boom, 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 boom.
all that shit, man. But it was a bad influence on the motherfucker. And then I think that shit started making me feel more accepting of shit that I had never been around. So when I did be around it, it felt more normal. It felt like I'm supposed to smoke some weed. It felt like I'm supposed to be out there fighting and doing all kind of crazy shit. And when I started listening to that shit, that's when my mind started kind of flipping. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't. I think the radios, the record labels, that's the kind of shit they want to put out. They don't want the high vibration shit, man. That's gonna make us better people. They want us to go to jail, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's where they want niggas to go. They want us to go to jail.
Yeah, I can feel you on that. I can feel you. And music, you're right. Music does have an effect on people. You know, it's one of the things that's it's universally. It's universal. Don't matter where you are, who you are. If you know how to read music, I can write the notes down and send it to you, and you could be in Japan and never spoke a word of English, but you can play what I put down exactly the way I want it played. That's that's music. And think about the times you probably been driving, and this is to everybody. You've been riding in your ride, you by yourself, you in the zone. Song come on, and I'm gonna say a low vibration song, one of those one I'm finna do some type song. If you get to rocking with that song before you know it, your speed limit to went from whatever you were supposed to be doing to about 20 to 30 miles over that.
Yeah.
Music will make you be with your girl, and you be listening to some music, and all of a sudden the endorphins in your brain kick in, and you want to be Mr. Don Juan. You want to touch it just right.
Oh
You
yeah.
want to feel, music is that.
Yeah,
That's
that
why
shit
I love it so much.
Yeah, it give you that soundtrack is powerful, man. 'Cause like you said, you with your girl, got the R&B, they give you a soundtrack. If you somewhere, you in a party or a club or something, they throw on some mystical, here I go, and the man right here and all that shit, it make you want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Even now, if I go gambling or something, they got thrown some Kenny Rogers, and I'm playing the gambler. Or I might throw on some Johnny Cash or some Folsom Prison Blues and all that type of shit. It make me want to gamble. It may, especially to play poker, Texas Hold'em. It definitely put me in the mind to do that shit. If I go to a dice game or something, I might throw on some Jeezy or something. I have my partners, them niggas over there trapping and all that shit they do. They got a soundtrack for that. They used to be listening to Gucci and all them motherfuckers back in the day, all them trap niggas. Everybody had a soundtrack to whatever they was doing. So and there's still a soundtrack out there for all that shit, except for the love. So we don't need to leave the love out. Let the love have a fucking soundtrack, just like all the other shit that's going on.
Crazy thing, I'm gonna say this: the love is still out there. It's just that they done pushed the other things up so much and put so much behind it. If you dig, you will see the love. You have to literally go and find it. You have to dig into the genre and pull it out and go see it. Big Bro is in the house. Salute, bro. Ernest Davis, aka Maestro, Texas Timbo, Manny Draperly, my favorite producer in the whole wide world, my big bro.
Oh, gee, what's up, man?
Rod X said 3-6 Mafia didn't help either.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
R.I.P. Walter Scott, The Whispers. Oh man. Well, if you're gonna hit the Whispers, you gotta throw the Temptations in there. You got to throw them in there. Smokey Robinson. Now I'm gonna say somebody that I can honestly say I don't really know where you put him, because his music just touched everybody, and he been what's the word? He's been sampled more than anybody. That's Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, Stevie Cole, man. Smokey is too. The Ooh Baby go hard in the bitch. I play that shit every now and then today.
Say it then. Say the truth about it. Ray Charles.
Yeah. Man. That motherfucker Jamie did a whole CD singing Ray Charles songs, and he did an outstanding job on that shit.
Really?
I had the CD. That motherfucker remade all the Ray Charles, well, not all his songs, but like his greatest hits, and put it on the CD and sold that shit. And he did an outstanding job. He damn near sound better than Ray. You can't give him no credit ahead of the original, but I'm just saying, just from
he sounds that close.
Yeah, he sound close, and some parts where Ray might have been a little bit weak, he kind of strong. Is what I'm saying. He did a great job.
Okay. He just remastered it. I
Yeah,
feel it. I'm gonna have to check it out. I
yeah.
love me some Ray songs.
That shit came out a little bit after the Ray movie came out.
That boy get well. Speaking of the Ray movie, that's what I was gonna touch. Jamie Foxx, to me, um, when his career, when he did Ray, when he did such an outstanding job on Ray, he almost made you believe you was watching the man in that movie. I was like, where does he go from here? What part does he pick from here? Because in my opinion, some of the parts have been okay, but a lot of them have been kind of flounderish. It's kind of hard to compete when you do so good. It's kind of like what they were saying in Tropic Thunder. You don't go for a retard.
Yeah, I ain't even seen. I ain't never seen that shit.
Man, it's so fun. It's some hilarious stuff, man. You sometimes this is how I do. I say I'm unplugging from all the drama that I've been dealing with, and the movie helps me do that. If it's not on some music, and sometimes I have to pull away from music, and my next art to want to be up to pay attention to is the ones that act.
Yeah,
Because to me, acting is a hard discipline. That's a hard artistry to master. And when you can get up there and stand in front of a camera and pretend to the point where people believe that the green screen that you interacting with, that you don't see nothing, is really there. That's some cold stuff to me.
oh yeah, I respect the art. Yeah, you see, but you more of a right brain person than I am. Like you'll talk about some creative type shit like music, and I'll be in here talking about numbers and shit. So we just our brains just work differently. But I
I
do,
feel you.
yeah, I respect the art when it comes to acting and movies and shit like that. And there are some movies that I enjoy. I mean, I'm not all the way left brain. Every time I take one of them type of tests, it say that I'm in the middle. So like, I do have some creative shit about myself. That's how I figured out like how to bet on football and shit. And also like we used to write our cartoon. Well, now I used to write the cartoon, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. Like I would write the scripts and all that shit. I used to write a little poetry back in the day. I'd be tender and send my girl a little poem or something, some type shit, you know what I'm saying? So I got a little bit of creativity, but not as much as you. And I'm just not as big on movies. Like people be talking about this actor, that actor. I don't be knowing who the
Right.
fuck they talking about. Square
I
bit
feel you. I feel I can understand that. I can understand that because I can see an actor and not know their name, but I know that person can act. My boy D-Lo 404 fell into the building. He said, "Man, damn, I knew I was forgetting something tonight. Salute my peopleization. What's going on, bro?"
What's up, bro?
D-Lo say, "I discovered Tropic Thunder late on Nate. Blah, blah. I discovered Tropic Thunder late one night after putting down the book I was reading. I was laughing so hard my ex-wife was about to kick me out the room because it's crazy, especially when I know who I am. Who? I'm the dude playing the dude." Something like that. I can't even think of it right now, but that was a crazy part. That's a good movie. He said, "OG, how did Ray Charles know if a woman was fine? He would grab her by the wrist. He said if it was plump, then that wasn't what he needed to be with. You know, he feel that wrist and that arm.
Yeah.
You know, you seen it. I saw it, baby. Come on now."
What you think is the greatest movie ever made? And I'm gonna say, no matter how you see it, like the best acting, the best plot, the best writing, the best whatever. What you think is the greatest movie that you know of anyway?
That I've seen.
Yeah.
Let me run my Rolodex through my brain real quick. Plus, I got some movies that I'm like, I love this movie, but the greatest, it would be hard to.
I got one while you thinking, I'll throw mine out there. I would say The First Friday. And I know that sounds crazy as fuck, but I'm thinking about the bang for your buck because he didn't have a bunch of money. This wasn't no millions of dollar budget that he had for this shit. He was paying them actors 10 grand and shit like that. And
Oh,
the music that they use great music in that first one. Like the Ron Osley and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that helped us really connect with that movie. It gave us icons like Chris Tucker, and he went on to make like Money Talks. He made the Rush Hours and shit like that, and he killed that shit. So we got iconic characters. We got Debo, we got Smokey, we got Big Worm, all of these people, and
Pop.
like there's no black person in the world that's like us anyway. I know we got all skin folk ain't kin folk, so everybody ain't like us, but we ain't seen that movie no less than 10 times a piece, bro. There's no way that you could tell me you ain't seen Friday 10 times in your life. Because everybody has. It just is what it is. We watched that movie a bunch of times, bro. We probably can talk with the movie, nigga. We know all the words, all that
Just
shit.
everything. I'm sitting here right now watching me alone run down the street. Hey boys, hey.
Yeah.
Where you
And
think she going? She probably going down there to that new place. Oh, it's opened up. Yeah. You might need to go down there and try to get his job.
yeah. And if you Netflix and chilling with your old lady, and she say, man, I feel like watching Friday. You ain't gonna complain too much, even though you done seen this movie 100 times probably. You don't mind her putting Friday in and y'all watch it one more time. What's it gonna hurt one more time? It's one of the
Shit.
greatest. It's what it got a niche too. It's one of the greatest smoking movies. Some people like movies that they can sit down and smoke a blunt, like Pineapple Express and all that type of shit. Well, this is one of them movies. This is one of the all-time great toker movies. So I just think it checked so many boxes. It done withstood the test of time. That shit came out of like what 94, and you could
Yeah, about
still
that long ago.
94 is a pretty good while to me. That's
Yeah,
31. That's
that's a
31
good
years.
standing.
Yeah, that's 31 years. And other movies done branched off of it, with the sequels and shit. They wasn't as good, but they still had some success. They all still kind of piggybacking off of that first one. But yeah, I would give my vote to Friday, man, for the bang for the buck and just all the great shit that came out of it.
My boy Gil Coles agreed with you. He said Friday. Debo
But
Four Point
Gil Cole,
Boxing.
what's up? Oh, my bad.
I didn't
Saying
say
what's
hi
up?
to him. I thought I did.
Nah, you ain't say what's up to my nigga Gil. What's
Oh,
up,
my
bro?
bad, Gil, man. And you know I wouldn't skip you like that. Welcome to the spot, man. Y'all know what it is. The door always open. D-Lo says Shawshank Redemption is one of his favorites, but I definitely don't think it's the best ever made. It is a hell of a good movie, though. That is a good movie, D-Lo. Great pick. Riding with Shawshank Redemption for the man going to prison
Yeah, that's the
for
Morgan
something that he
Freeman
didn't
movie.
do.
I ain't never
Yes,
seen it though.
it's a great watch.
I've heard.
That's not a smoking watch. That's more of a, if you want to sit back and really just relax and just enjoy cinema. That's one of those. Um, D'Lo said he probably watched Friday 20 plus times. I just watched it a few weeks ago. Me and my wife would get on a Friday kick, and we'll literally watch it 2 or 3 days in a row because we'll watch all the Fridays together, all in a row.
Yeah,
We'll just watch them all.
yeah, yeah. That's a
He
cold
said, "Where did we get you got knocked the fuck out of from?"
one.
Friday. Come
You
on,
already
man.
know.
Hey y'all, Smokey back here taking the shit. Eat that. I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
Yeah.
He said Pineapple Express is another one I discovered being up late one night. Um, if you're gonna add Toka movies, you gotta get Dave Chappelle's movie Half Baked in there.
Oh
He
yeah.
said y'all
It's a good one too, but it ain't. It don't.
it don't have that effect like Friday.
Yeah, it don't have the same reach as Friday, man. But it's definitely a good one though. That's more. That see, Friday feel like it's for us. That's the difference between Friday and something like Half Baked. Because Friday, like I said, they playing the Osley Brothers and all this kind of shit. Nigga,
Yeah.
that's for us.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the first Friday and the sequels. It's the music. That's one of the differences. Besides having Chris Tucker and all that shit.
Not
But
there.
the music was different. They started getting more. They started getting music that different types of people could be cool with. Like if they putting Ron Isley and shit, nigga, that's clearly for us, nigga. So they gonna put some more, I guess, racially neutral music, and I think that gave it a different feel. And Half Baked is like that, man. It's an inclusive movie for everybody. But Friday for us, and it's still big as a motherfucker, man. It's for us, and they loved it. That's why they
Right.
had to start making other ones so they could be included in the shit. That's why the other Friday is more goofy, because Ice Cube didn't write them scripts. You know what I'm saying? So it's a more goofy type of movie. But the first one, nigga, that shit was clearly for us, nigga. And you could tell a black person wrote it. See, the other one, I know a black person ain't wrote them scripts. But the first one, I know for a fact Ice Cube wrote that shit.
Him and DJ Pooh.
Yeah.
Friday franchise has given us a bunch. That's from D-Lo 404. I just watched for the first time last year. I was very impressed. Okay. So I steal. I don't kill. You can have your knife back. See, Life was a crazy one at the theater. I was just talking about Life, but before I have to pick Life, I would have to say Harlem Nights.
Yeah.
Harlem
That's close.
Nights
They close though.
It is a good one.
Yeah, Life is a bad motherfucker. But I heard people say when Harlem Nights came out, they was all at the movie theater just on the ground laughing the whole fucking time. Like they say it was pandemonium at the movie theater when Harlem Nights came out. Like uncontrollable laughter.
Yeah, it was. It
yeah,
was. I remember being in a full theater that was like that.
Yeah, Life was good, but it wasn't on the same level as Harlem Nights. But they both outstanding though, and it's better. Both of them better than anything that the modern generation can produce. What you gonna take that all-star cast, or you taking Lil Yachty and DC Young Fly? Like, get the fuck out of here!
Stop playing with me right now. You don't stop playing with me right now. You see, Lil Yachty and DC Young Fly. And to be honest, because I don't want people to think that I just smash on them and diss them. I have been sitting back trying to pay attention to, see if they learning or getting any better at it. And to me, they not. But that's just me. Life was crazy at the theaters. Half Baked is a fool. I want to talk to Samson. He took me through all kind of situations. Get away from me, bitch, I'm empty.
That is a good stoner movie, though, for sure. Man. I just smoked one and watched Half Baked several times.
Right. Big Bro we got another vote from Big Bro. He say Harlem Nights. Yeah, I think Harlem Nights. I'll pick Harlem Nights and then I'll go Life. And I think because Harlem Nights it's like a jewel that can't be duplicated for the simple reason Red Fox is gone. The other guy, Red, is gone. It's some of those elements to that movie, just like Friday. A lot of their elements are gone. So that movie is like a diamond or some kind of precious jewel that can never be duplicated because of the talent that was there that's irreplaceable. Bernie Mac, freaking comic genius. Red Fox, genius. I can't remember his first name, but his name was Red too. The dad of what's his name? Got punched in the eye. He gonna cry when he get in the car. He actually DJ Pooh, but his dad, comic genius. So they are not even being around anything that come after what they did that was a straight hit smash. They have to hold that number one. So I think that's one of the reasons that Harlem Nights bangs a little harder than Friday. I mean, than Life.
Yeah, I don't remember Bernie Mac being in Harlem Nights for some reason.
No, I'm speaking of him in Life.
Oh, okay.
And in Friday.
Yeah, the thing about them two movies, in my opinion, is like you got all-star cast and they all delivered in their own way, especially in Harlem Nights. Because you got times where Eddie Murphy was funny, Red Fox was funny, um,
Be oh my God.
Richard Pryor was funny. The woman I
Della
can't think.
Reese.
Yeah, she was funny. Everybody delivered. Arsenio Hall, he had this moment where he was funny as hell. Stop
Yeah.
shooting that shit and all that shit. They all had their moments in the movie, man. They wasn't just there to be there. They was there to be funny, and they
Tommy
delivered.
even shine.
Yo, yeah. He was funny in there too. That was my nigga. That was just a player ass movie, man. I like that movie from the time he go off to the time he go off. When they play that Duke Ellington at the end, they drop me off in
Man.
Harlem. Drop me
Yep.
off in Harlem. Yeah, good old Harlem. We'll have some fun in the Harlem sun. Some shit like that. Drop me off in Harlem. I love that shit.
I feel you. D-Lo said Red Fox is my favorite comic of all times. I feel you on that one, Rod X. Red Fox, even though he was the nasty man, he was a comedic genius.
Yeah,
And
was
he was
vulgar,
doing
but
it
he was
for a
funny.
long time.
Yeah, he was
He
vulgar, but
truly
he was funny
missed.
though.
Yeah, he was. Him and Aunt Esther, I can't remember her real name at the moment, but she was also a great comedian.
Yeah.
And this might surprise y'all, but Betty White, I don't know if y'all familiar with her, people familiar with her, but she's white comic, but she's hilarious. She was hilarious too. She was hilarious too. She comes back from the time of Lucille Ball and Carol Burnett and all of them. She just happened to still be able to do some work in our time in some movies where she was real funny. Called this lady a real carpet muncher.
Yeah.
He said, I've been watching the Beverly Hills Cop movies this week on demand on the Pluto app. Beverly Hills Cop was cool. That first one was really good. Really good. Big Bro say Car Wash. The one with Snoop and Dre? Or the original Car Wash? I don't remember.
Which one was better, Beverly Hills Cop or what was it, 48 Hours?
48 Hours of Beverly Hills Cop?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good bang right there. But if I have to go with, I'm going to go with Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. That's the one with Axel Foley, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Ackwell? No, Axel. Ackwell.
Yeah.
Surge, the guy. D-Lo say the Mac was is a bad mofo too. That's a classic. That's a classic. In my opinion, black movie.
Yeah, that's that black exploitation, right?
Yeah, black exploitation.
Yeah. That's Pretty Tony and what's the other dude name? It's Pretty Tony. That's the one that got his hose knocked by the light skinned dude. What was the light? Goldie and Pretty Tony. Ain't that the movie?
Yeah, that's Mac.
Yeah.
He said my brother got us in trouble when he got my dad to rent Harlem Nights. I was about 8 years old. Harlem, all that hearing all that cussing.
Yeah.
Ronaldo Ray, that's his name.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Ronaldo
that,
Ray,
Napoleon
man.
Armstrong.
He used to
Ronaldo
go
Ray.
Comic View.
Man, didn't he? He had some great punchlines and stories. He said half of the cast of Harlem Nights has passed away. Charlie Red. Oh yeah, I forgot about Charlie Murphy. He really didn't have too much to say in that movie. Robin Harris, man.
Yeah.
Pryor, Della, Tommy. I mean, you're right, D-Lo, man. Just seeing them written down, typed up on the screen, it's whole different. But you know, Big Bro say Bernie hit Miss Parker. Miss Parker.
Yeah.
Put that way, man. Here come the pastor. So he probably smoked weed too.
Yeah. Hey, was that Robin Harris dude? Was he the father on like House Party?
House Party, yeah. He's House Party. He's Baby Kid. He invented Baby Kids.
I was thinking that might have been him and Baby Kids, but I wasn't too sure about that one.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch Baby Kids, man.
Rod X said he thought Chris Tucker was gonna be the next Eddie Murphy. By the way, Ronaldo Ray played DJ Pooh's dad. Yeah, that we got it. I appreciate it. Um, I didn't think Chris Tucker was gonna be a Eddie Murphy type, but I did think he would be like one of the next carriers of that torch as far as comedy go. Because if you think about it, Eddie is still ripping things up. This dude reinvented himself, made himself more kid friendly, and then start wrecking again.
I didn't think Chris Tucker was gonna be no Eddie Murphy because Eddie Murphy on another level as far as his comedic genius. He writing scripts and producing type shit. Chris Tucker just gonna be a hell of an actor in the movie. But Chris Tucker had his run though. His movies when he was in his prime were unmissable. I don't even know if that's a word, but you could not miss his movies, and you had to go to the theater to see him. I ain't bullshitting. Like when Money Talks and all that shit came out,
Right.
we had to go see it. Rush Hour, had to go see it, man. It was, you could not miss that shit. And he did an outstanding job, man, in comedy with his movies and shit. Salute to Chris Tucker, man, because those were some great times.
Yeah, salute to Chris Tucker. Not to mention that he got paired with a great name in Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah. I actually
Rwanda
watched
Page,
that shit.
That's her name.
I actually watched that shit today. I mean, I fell asleep on it, but I done seen the movie several times though. But I had that Rush Hour on today, man.
I feel you.
Looking for June Tao.
June Tao. June Tao? June Tao? Which one of y'all kicked me?
Yeah.
Big Bro say Hustle and Flow is a good movie. In that movie, Terrence Howard, he gained a little more respect from me as far as the way he act. But I like that movie. That's a good movie. He say Robin Harris was a funny mofo. His stand-up was ridiculous. You right on that one. Robin Harris was hilarious in House Party. John Witherspoon and Miss Pearly from Friday After Next were in a house party, and Boomerang as husband and wife. I forgot about them being in Boomerang. Didn't remember them being in the house party.
I'm gonna
He
tell
said
you,
Chris Tucker lost him in Fifth Element. That's a Gil Cole. Yeah, I was kind of thrown off with what he renditioned in that movie. I didn't know what he was going for. It was crazy.
Yeah, that wasn't like
said-
a straight comedy movie though. That was thrown off, but I was really thinking like his starring roles in comedy movies and shit.
Right. So let me see.
Oh yeah, I
movie
can't.
that I love.
Thin Line Between Love and Hate is underrated movie. People don't talk about a lot. But
Martin's movie.
yeah,
With
Martin
Bobby Brown.
and Bobby Brown, they killed that shit.
Didn't they?
Yeah, they killed
Did
that,
they?
bro. I used to want to dress like them. I wanted to dress like Martin because he always was casual and shit with the slacks and the casual shirt and all that shit. I thought that shit was player as hell when I was a young nigga. Yeah, that's an underrated movie that don't get a lot of credit a lot of time, man. That was a cold one.
Let me see. Another movie that I love is Dead Presidents. Oh, Dead Presidents. You got to take your head off to that one. That was a good movie.
I still ain't seen that shit.
Wow. That's all I can say is just wow.
I know that's the one that got that Lorenz Tate in it, right?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I ain't seen
Lorenz
that.
Tate when he went to the military, went to war.
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name. The black actor. He's a real good actor too. Coiby? He said, after all this fool grabs the wrong leg. Everybody know I got one leg and he grabs the wrong one. You see, The Fifth Element was out there. Bruce Willis' character, Corbin Dallas, was cool. Yeah. T&D with some players laughing out loud. Menace to Society. That was another good one that was starting to give rappers a chance because MCA played the dude that killed the boy in the parking lot. You gonna say you haven't seen that either?
Man, you know I done seen that shit 100,000 times, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So here
that's
go one of the movies that I picked. This is because I've been thinking as we've been going down. And the movie that keep popping to me is Remember the Titans.
that was a good one, yeah. Coach Boone.
Man, I really enjoy that movie. But another movie that I gotta give, and I put Jamie Foxx right there with it, is Any Given Sunday.
Yeah, I watched that shit not that long ago, actually. That was a pretty good one. When it comes to football movies, y'all might disagree, but I like Varsity Blues, man. That was my favorite football movie growing up. With Coach Bud Kilmer, that motherfucker was mean as hell. But that was a good movie with John Moxon and Tweeter and I can't remember the starting quarterback's name, Lance something. But that was a good ass movie right there, man. I love that shit.
Friday Night Lights.
That was a good one too with Booby Miles.
You want to win? Put Booby in.
Yeah.
You want to win? Put Booby in. Who paid you? They paid you. Who paid you? They say childhood movies from the 80s was the Goonies. Oh man. The Goonies. Now I gotta think hard. He didn't say it the 80s. Give me a minute to get my mind right. Lance Harbor, Tweety, Billy Bob.
Lance Harbor, there we go. That's my movie right there, boy.
Bobby
Lance
Boucher,
Harbor.
The Water Boy.
That
That's a foolish movie.
I actually like The Replacements with Keanu Reeves. Oh, my bad, go ahead.
That's a good one too. Wildcats. I forgot about Wildcats, Napoleon Armstrong. That's a good one.
I ain't never seen that one.
Wildcats is what's the white girl's name? She takes over a football team. LL Cool J is the running back.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
He done the soundtrack. What's his name? Wesley Snipes is in it. Am I mixing my movies up right now with the baseball movie?
Speaking of Wesley Snipes,
Wildcats is a good movie.
White Boy Can't Jump, classic.
Oh yeah, real classic. The Last Dragon.
The Last Dragon. Which one was that?
That's with Kiss My Converse.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, oh yeah. God damn. What am I thinking?
Apollonia, I think she in it.
Yeah, that was outstanding. For real. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm talking about which one was that.
Goldie Hawn. Yeah, sure enough. Goldie Hawn is the actress that I'm talking about in that movie, in the Wildcats movie.
My favorite fight movie.
Remember the other people in it.
My favorite fight movie is Bloodsport, though, without a shadow of a doubt. It ain't even close. I know I'm not a big. Yeah, I'm not a kung fu. Yeah, that's my favorite fight movie. That I started watching that shit when I was probably about 6. And I literally used to watch this movie, rewind it, watch it again, rewind it, watch it again. And like when I would go visit my mother for the summertime and shit, she got to work and I stay home by myself because I never got along with babysitters. So she was just like, man, fuck it, you're gonna have to just stay home by yourself. I say, I'm cool. I got me some weenies in there. I throw them in the microwave. I got my Bloodsport off in there. I'm straight. Nigga, I watch Bloodsport all day until my mom get home. Every day. So it's not even close, man. I love that movie, bro.
Okay. Big bro say Warriors. That game. I think he talking about the game movie. Warriors, come out and play. Rod X. Snipes was in Wildcats. Okay, so I'm thinking about the right one. He say, is Jamie Foxx still making that Tyson movie? I didn't know he was making the Tyson movie.
I heard something about it, but I don't know if he's still doing it though.
I know he played a hell of a Bodini in Ali. I got to give Will Smith his props because he did a great rendition of Ali in that movie.
Yeah, he did.
He said,
good.
Any of y'all ever watched The White Boys? I was telling my son about that. The White Boys? I can't say that that's a name that ring a bell for me.
I remember a movie White Boy Rick or something like that. I don't think I know
White
what you're
Boy
talking
Rick,
about.
I heard of that, but not White Boys. He said it was Vanity, not Apollonia. Great connection. Oh, Penitentiary, Too Sweet. That was a good movie. He whooped that boy in that they were trying to get him in that cell. Then made him tell his boys that he failed. Y'all better quit playing with him. That was a good fight movie. What was the guy's name? Something Kennedy. He reminded me of Sugar Ray Leonard, the way he acted in that movie. I don't know what movie that is that Gil Cole saw. Kamate.
One movie that I like that I can't watch is $1 Million Baby.
You
That shit
don't?
had me.
You can't watch it?
Hell, that shit had me want to cry in this motherfucker watching that shit.
When she got paralyzed?
Hell yeah, he had to pull the plug and all that shit. Niggas be off of
Yeah,
him balling
man.
watching that, man. Hell, I felt emotional watching Outsiders back in the day when that young boy got killed trying to save them kids and shit. Johnny, him and Pony Boy. That was a
Now-
cold movie too.
That was. I'm finna say a movie. Probably gonna miss everybody, but it's it's copied off of a true life thing. That what's his name? The singer Justin Timberlake. He plays in it. He's the victim really in the movie because he's one of the guys that killed the kid. They had kidnapped this boy. I can't think of the name of the movie, but it is a good watch, and I gotta give Justin his props. He played his role like a master actor in that movie.
Yeah.
Just can't think of the name of what the movie is.
It's a movie called 310 The Humor that I like with Russell Crowe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my shit. I like Unforgiven too with Clint Eastwood.
Oh yeah. Unforgiven was a good movie. I was a fan of Clint till he went crazy.
I mean, I love when he had that gunfight and he was inside that saloon and he got low and just stayed calm and just placed his shots. Killed everybody. Instead of getting all wild and just shooting, that motherfucker got low and just started placing his shots. One at a time. I love that shit.
Right.
310 The Humor probably my favorite Western movie though. That's my shit right there, boy.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
I ain't
That
never
was one
seen
of my
that.
favorite westerns. And then I got hooked. It's a western, but it's kind of comedy. It's called Trinity. My name is Trinity, and they still call me Trinity. This dude was like super fast with a gun. Him and his brother. They called him the right hand and the left hand of the devil. That's how fast they were with drawing and shooting. They was ridiculous. D-Lo say, I like Never Back Down. I never watched any of the sequels. I feel you. Say,
What's
I
your
like
favorite
Best of the
mobster
Best
movie?
as well. Favorite boxing movie?
Mobster movie.
Oh, favorite mobster movie. My favorite mobster movie would be the Untouchables. Even though that's more like they going to get the mobster, or Valentine's Saint Day Valentine. How is it? Saint Day Mal, the Valentine Massacre movie. That's like my favorite. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Saint
like
Valentine Day Massacre.
I like the one with Joe Pesci now. What's that one?
Casino?
That's a good one too. I like that one. It's another one with him and De Niro in the same movie. And then they
Not
got Ray.
Goodfellas.
They got that Goodfellas with Ray Liotta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one right there. I cut for Goodfellas, man.
D-Lo said he liked the Best of the Best. The White Boys was about a couple wanting to be gangster rap white boys from Iowa or Indiana. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. Lost Boys is a good one too if you're talking about the vampire movie. That is a good one.
Y'all used to watch Throwback Children of the Corn back in the day?
Oh, come on, man. Children of the Corn and People Under the Stairs. Both of those classics.
He Who
Both
Walks
of them.
Behind the Rose. That shit used to scare the hell out of me when I was a kid, boy. But yeah, People Under the Stairs, I was pretty young when that came out, but I remember it a little bit. I remember that I didn't want to watch it. Nigga. I remember that.
Yeah. D-Lo said I only watched the whole $1 Million Baby one time. I watched it to a certain point every time since. Oh, he feel the same way about it. That movie bothered him the same way.
Yeah, that's tough.
Alpha Dog. That's the movie I'm talking about with Justin Timberlake, where they took their little boy and killed him. Now
What's
that
it
movie
called?
kind of it's called Alpha Dog.
Okay, I ain't seen that.
Oh, okay. He said that was the name of the tournament in the blood sport. Komet.
With the Kumite?
I said Komet. Kumite. That's what the name of it was.
Kumite,
That,
Kumite,
that's when I
Kumite.
became a fan of Van Damme. That's when I saw that movie. I became a fan of him. I loved his spinning kick, his spinning high kick. That was like, I think they say it's like the fastest. It's clocked like as the fastest of all the martial artists that was doing it at the time.
Yeah, I was on that Van Damme. I used to like Double Impact. I like Lionheart. I like Demolition Man, Universal Soldier. I was
Ooh,
on all that shit, man. Van
Total
Damme was my
Recall.
guy, huh?
Yeah, Van Damme. As he was going, I went with him. I was like, Van Damme is my guy.
I
What's
might
the
be
brother
tripping.
that
I might be tripping with Demolition Man though. That might be
Demolition Man
something
is
else.
Wesley Snipes, and
Yeah, I'm tripping on that. Yeah, I think
yeah,
the
you
Universal
just got to
Soldier.
roll it. You got to roll it. That's all.
Yeah, the
Got to
Universal
feeling good.
Soldier and all that shit. That I know I'm right on that though.
That's some sad shit. The mom used to have a website dedicated to us. So when I watched that movie, I was moved by it. It was saddening to me, especially when I was like, man, this movie was like, because a movie that copies life. Really, when it's sad, I'm like, damn, they did that, and that's the way I looked at that movie. I was like, wow, they did that.
What's the movie that made you cry?
A movie that made me cry. Ooh, let me see. I got to think hard on that one because I haven't shed some tears in a minute.
It's easy for me when I was a kid. I don't cry on movies as a grown man, except for like $1 Million Baby might be able to get me if I watch that. But when I was a kid, nigga, E.T. Phone Home got me every time, nigga, as a kid. That nigga be in that incubator and he dying and his flower looks sick and it's dying and shit, nigga, I'll be in there balling. I'm talking about crying my
Man,
eyes out watching that shit.
man, you gotta let me think about that one. A movie I cried over from as a youngster. He said Trinity movies are funny. Alpha Dog is the Timberlake movie. Man, he did his thing in that movie. Scarface. Scarface is a classic. It had me thinking that what's his name? The actor had me thinking he was really from Cuba.
Oh, Pacino.
Yeah, man. When I first saw that movie, I was like, this dude here. I thought he was really from. I found out he was a Caucasian.
Italian.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute, that he did that. And then the next thing you know, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Why is he doing that? Just be normal. He was killing, but he a great actor. He say,
Yeah, I hate when he killed Manolo, man. But Manolo should have came up to him straight up and told him what he was trying to do with his sister, instead of surprising him with that shit. But
he
that's
wouldn't have had it though, man. He was all, his sister made it straight. Even I was looking at him in the movie like, do you want your sister? You tripping? You kind of going a little overboard.
oh yeah.
So I don't know. He probably never would have gave permission.
Well, they might have had a fight or something, but he might not have been killed if he didn't go behind his back. He just surprised them all at once. He pulled up to the house and his sister coming down the stairs in the robe and he didn't answer the door and he half dressed and it just hit them all at one time. He already on that powder. He tripping.
And they coming to kill him.
Yeah, that was just bad business, man.
I feel you. You say, mine is either Goodfellas or Donnie Brasco. I also like Casino. My wife loves Casino. And
Yeah, I
Road to
like
Perdition.
Casino too. Yeah, that's my shit. I watched Donnie Brasco like once back in 2007. I don't remember it too much though. I remember that I liked it when I watched it though.
Yeah, I've only watched Brasco once. I've only watched him once too. Goodfellas, Heat.
I ain't never seen Heat.
I don't think I've ever seen it either.
I like the movie called The Watchmen, man. That movie there had a good plot.
The
It was a
Watchmen. They
superhero
kind of like
movie.
superheroes. Yeah.
Yeah, with Dr. Manhattan and shit. That was a great
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, that was my shit right there. It's long as hell, but it was a good movie though. It
Do
was
the
like
Sopranos count?
that's a series, ain't it?
Yeah, that's I don't. No, we just popping movies. Movies. Well, what you calling? Isn't that a series too?
What?
The Watchmen. That's a series.
No, that's a movie.
Oh, they
It's
made a
just
series out of it too.
they might have, but it originally came out as a movie. It was a comic book back in the day. But it's like a 3 hour long movie though. I ain't never seen no series called The Watchmen myself.
I got my ass whooped because of the Lost Boys movie. The vampire movie, you got a whooping for that? That wasn't even all that. Deep Cover. Big Bro pulled a good one out right there. Deep Cover. Isn't that the one with LL Cool J?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I like Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai's a movie? I thought that was
I thought that was Karate Kid.
what is it? Motel Hill or Montel Hill? Making jerky out of the guests. You check in, but you don't check out. I ain't seen that.
A movie that y'all might not have seen is called Death Before Temptation, and it had an all-star comedy cast off in it. It's like a scary movie, but they had a comedy cast. I can't think of everybody that was in it, man. If one of y'all seen the movie, put the actors that or the comedians that was in Death Before Temptation, or Death by Temptation is what it's called. That movie scared the shit out of me as a kid, though. I ain't gonna lie. It was hard for me to watch it. But I looked at it as an adult, and I was like, damn, I ain't even remember it having all these people in this movie. Like, it had an all-star cast.
Wow. Blue Hill is Blue Hill Avenue is solid. Sugar Hill is solid too. D-Lo. Rod X is asking Van Damme or Steven Seagal.
Van Damme all the way. It ain't even close. It ain't even worth having a conversation. Steven Seagal cannot fuck with Van Damme. And then even like if you look at the way that they perceived by their peers, everybody laugh at Steven Seagal because he ain't worth a fuck. But everybody respect Van Damme though.
Yeah.
Ain't even close.
Yeah.
Van Damme will whoop his ass in real life.
I'm with Van Damme. I pick Van Damme over Seagal. All the Blade movies are good. Correct on that one, Napoleon Armstrong. All the Blade movies were good.
I used to be on that Candyman.
Yeah, man, I watched Candyman. Hell yeah. Heck yeah.
That shit was scary as hell to me, nigga, as a kid. Candyman. Tales from the Hood. Yeah, Tales from the Hood was hard on me, boy, at the end when he turned to the devil.
Oh, yeah, this ain't no funeral home. And it ain't the Terror Dome neither. Welcome to hell. Man. That dude that plays that role, I don't know his name. I love the way he acts because I've seen him in some other movies. He and it's a white boy that acts. And they can bring tears to their eyes and make their eyes glossy as they do in they part when it's like a serious part. The tears don't drop. It's just the way they can make their eyes water up.
Yeah,
they some cold actors to me, man.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That is cold to me.
Do that shit on command.
On command. On command. Now, if you got that in you, come on, man. You ridiculous.
Yeah.
He said, I shed tears when I first watched Stepmom with Julia Roberts and Susan Streisand. Stepmom.
I ain't seen that.
I think I've seen that. It's kind of fuzzy in my memory. But I think I know what you're talking about. I remember Mommy Dearest was another one.
Have y'all ever seen a movie called Serial Mom?
Yeah, I've seen it, but I've seen the title, but I haven't watched it. Wait,
that was a good movie,
is
man.
she killing people with a butcher knife?
She was killing people with all kind of shit, folks that were messing with her family, and she'll pull up on them and take them out. That shit, she was like a soccer mom and shit. That shit was a good movie back when I was young.
Cooley High was a good movie. Old school actors in that one. Actually, the black guy wasn't he in didn't he used to be in Welcome Back Carter, bro? Welcome back to the same old place that you started from. Man, I used to watch Welcome Back Carter all the time.
What was better, House Party or Class Act?
Ooh, good one. Same House Party or Class Act. I'm gonna have to go House Party. Class Act is a good one, but I think I'm gonna have to go House Party.
I'll probably have to go with you. They real close in my opinion, but I'll probably go with you with the House Party.
Right.
Class Act was a bad motherfucker though, boy. I love that woman that they had as a love interest for Kid. I don't know her name, but I thought she was beautiful when I was a youngster.
I feel you.
Cause they had play with Hillary Banks.
Right.
They had Kid with the dark skinned little chocolate, and she was on point to me, boy, as a kid.
Can't remember her name, but I do mirror your sentiments.
She was with Blade Brown.
Say Platoon at the end when they had to leave William Dafoe behind was sad. I like Platoon. I also like Full Metal Jacket. The first half of Full Metal Jacket really is my favorite part of any Army movie when it first started off. But since y'all have made me go to like Weapons of Mass Destruction, oh my gosh, Crimson Tide with Denzel Washington and oh my gosh, what's the dude's name? He plays in The Quick and the Dead. Gene Hackman. Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman, they inside of Denzel is the first officer, I believe, and Gene Hackman is the captain, and they get into it on this nuclear sub, and they almost start a war because they get some orders about firing on Russia or something like that. It's a hell of a movie to me to see Denzel up against Gene Hackman, and you know the parts that they played had such a what's the word I'm looking at? They were head to head with each other so much, but they were both following the rules. One was just following some old rules, and the other one was following the new rules, and they were clashing. And it's great movie.
What's that movie where the fat guy tried to go to the army, and the drill sergeant kept on fucking with him and clowning him and shit, to where the dude went crazy at the end of the movie and started shooting up every goddamn body?
I think you're thinking about Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, that might have been what that is. Yeah.
When he calling him Gomer Pyle and messing with him about eating. Yeah, that's Full Metal Jacket. That dude is he used to play a detective role in the movie as a real smart guy. He I was surprised to see him gain weight like he did. Yeah, Manny was solid dude and Tony True friend. That shit was all bad. I think you're talking about that movie, Alpha Dog.
Hey, that Cuba Gooding Jr. did his thing in Men of Honor. I thought that was a good movie.
Oh, you just hit us with Men of Honor. Wait, Men of Honor?
Yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, when he was the
in the Navy,
the diver.
Yeah,
he was the diver.
Yeah, that was a good.
He played Robert De Niro. Yeah, he played in that with him. That was a good movie. But he was playing a true role. So that when it's a true role with something dramatic like that, that they usually end up being good movies. It's hard to mess that up.
Yeah, he brought out the character, like the guy, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Also, like he did in Radio.
Yeah. it's kind of maybe I'm just messed up, man. But radio was kind of hard for me to watch. But he definitely brought out the character. I'm gonna tell y'all a movie, Sling Blade. Y'all remember that shit?
Yes. Yes,
Sling
that is a
Blade. That
good
shit
movie.
had me wanting to cry when I was young. Watching that shit. I feel bad for the dude, man. That dude, Robert, what's his name? Billy
The guy
Bob.
that plays Sling Blade,
Yeah,
Billy Bob Thornton Billy Bob Thornton.
he did his thing in that movie. I like them taters. And all that shit. That was a cold movie, man. He made that friendship with that little boy when he was trying to get his clothes washed and all that shit. He had that mean ass stepdad. That was a good movie, man. They did their thing in Sling Blade.
Man, I didn't feel I'm way behind in the chat. The Miseducation of Sonny Carson. I never heard of that one. Napoleon.
You
The
need
Godfather. That's a good one. That's a good one. The Godfather. The Never Ending Story had me crying.
I never
Like
watched
the
the whole
horse got stuck
Godfather
in the
movie.
mud and drowned. The Never Ending Story. You never watched any of the Godfather movies?
Nah, it seemed like they was long as hell. I just never could get through them.
They are long. That part. They are long. I'm trying to think of the never ending story. He kind of threw me with that one. I'm still thinking of which movie I cried on, man. I'm still trying to think. LL is in Too Deep, and Lawrence Fishburne is in Deep Cover. Okay, I see it the wrong things. My granddaughters are here. I don't know if y'all can hear them through the background. I'm hoping not. In Too Deep from Big Bro.
When Queen
I seen
Latifah
Death
died at the
Before
end of Set It,
Temptation.
when Queen Latifah died at the end of Set It Off, did you think that was sad?
The way she died and set it off.
Yeah. You know,
It was sad, but I felt like she went out kind of hard because she fell out and tried to bust back.
She did, but it had that sad music. You know what I'm saying? She knew she didn't have really many options. She lit up her square, put that bitch in drive, ducked down and smashed on the gas. Went out in a hail of bullets. And I thought that
sure right. You thought
yeah,
that was sad?
Yeah, they playing that sad music and shit. Nigga, I thought that shit was sad as hell.
Oh, D-Lo said, I seen Death Before this Temptation.
What I said? Well, I thought I said Death by Temptation or something.
Yeah, I think that's what you said. By Temptation. He says Before Temptation.
Yeah,
now he says By Temptation. I seen Death by Temptation.
Yeah, that's the movie though, man. It got an all-star cast off in it.
Okay, I think I got it. I think I remember. I think I cried when Kunta Kinte got his foot chopped off.
Them movies used to make me mad, man. I sat down and watched all that shit through the roots. That shit had me upset, nigga. Hell, I went to my school that I went to an all-white school in Garland. And they had us watching Glory. And we watched Amistad in that motherfucker. I thought that shit
free.
Yeah. I thought that was crazy. And then we walking around mad at white people all day. Yeah, they got us in here watching Glory and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Even though Glory was a good movie. Napoleon Armstrong said best series, The Wire and Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is a beast, but I would also like to throw into the best series, Ballers. Ballers is good, and Suits. I throw those in as well with The Wire and Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones
also.
Cool. Oh, go ahead.
Also, Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is one of the best series that I've seen in a long time. So Breaking Bad too.
Yeah, I'm with the Game of Thrones. I ain't never seen The Wire, but Walking Dead is a bad motherfucker. I watched almost every episode of that shit, and I rarely do that, bro. I'm not a TV watcher like or I don't really watch a lot of shit, but I watched just about every episode. I watched all the seasons except for season 7, and I think that was the last one. And I also it's called Supernatural. That was a real good one too, man. I watched every episode of Supernatural. I had a girlfriend she loved that shit. And we used to watch it all the time, and it ended up being pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Sam and Dean or some shit like that. That was and I ain't watched it in a long time, but that was a good one, bro.
They did a spoof scene of Death by Temptation and Don't Be a Menace in the back of that truck. Your whole style is chump, laughing out loud. Yeah, I seen it. They talking to each other. House Party for me. Rod X going with House Party. Dang, I don't know how I got this far behind. Camera, I thought you was GN playing with my frog. Speaking of leaving the MF behind, Armageddon was sad at the end. Armageddon with Bruce Willis.
I don't remember that shit.
Yeah, Armageddon was sad because he had to stay behind. That's right. That one was sad, but I didn't cry. It didn't pull no tears from me. Napoleon Armstrong coming in with a nice strong one from the top with Tom Cruise and what's the great actor's name? Stars with an N. I can't think of his name, but Officer and a Gentleman. Hell of a movie.
Yeah. I ain't never
Yeah,
seen
I'm talking about Crimson Tide. You ain't never seen Officer and a Gentleman? It's Tom Cruise, the dude that played when they first started, Jack Nicholson. And I can't remember the lady's name, but it's a good movie. A Soldier Story is a classic too. That is a classic movie.
What y'all taking? Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, or Paid in Full?
Man, let me think. Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, or Paid in Full. I would have to go Paid in Full, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society.
Wow, you got Menace to Society number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go Menace to Society number 1, Paid in Full number 2, number 3, Boys in the Hood. But it's hard for me to say that though, because Boys in the Hood with Furious Styles is a big part of the movie for me. Just that strong black father raising his son, teaching them values and lessons, and trying to have a good relationship with the mother and all this kind of stuff, and trying to do good for the community, educate the people. Furious Styles is one of my favorite characters of any movie. So it's hard for me to put him in number 3, but fuck, I love Paid in Full, Money Making Mitch. I always keep my shoes and shit lined up in the row because Money Making Mitch, you know what I'm saying? That was my guy. Menace to Society, I just love the fuck out that movie, man.
Man, I feel you. I think y'all need to send to the corner too. Don't know what that means, what movie that is. Queen went out in a blaze of glory like James Dean. Hyphy in the building. What's going on, Hyphy? He said Latifah's death wasn't as sad as G Baby from that baseball movie.
I ain't never seen the baseball movie.
D-Lo say G Baby death was sad as uck.
Yeah, I don't even know who G Baby is.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to bring that one to my attention as well, because I don't know G Baby in the baseball movie. The Wire is the best, and I don't even like. He said this. Okay, so Napoleon Armstrong question: Matrix or John Wick? Come on, man. In my opinion, hands down, the Matrix.
I done seen the Matrix. I ain't never seen John Wick Part 1. I saw Part 3, but I ain't never seen the first 2. So I got to go with the Matrix just based on what I know.
All right. And my boy Napoleon Armstrong went with Boys in the Hood, and Rod X went with Menace all day.
All day. You know, no love to Paid in Full, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, that was a good movie.
Yeah, Paid in
That
Full
was a
was
good
cold.
movie. Everybody did their thing in that movie. Even Cameron did his thing in that movie.
Yeah, he was one of the best parts of the movie.
He
Cameron,
handled his business in that movie.
yeah, he handled his business. So if I throw Juice in there, where y'all got Juice?
Oh, how you gonna throw Juice in there on him like that, man? Juice gonna make his way up toward the top. Cause it's like it got that hip hop feel to it with the New York, with that New York kind of street thing with it. I would have to rank Juice in there, man. Juice is good. Dang, why you have to pull that? And Tupac did his thing. It's Bishop.
Yeah, I like Juice. I have it at number 4 though, me personally. I mean, I liked it, but I ain't like it as much as the other movies. Menace to Society stands in a class of its own for me. I love that fucking movie.
Okay. Let me see. Where would you put New Jack City?
Ah, man.
Y'all speak up. Y'all write it in the chat. New Jack City with those movies.
I'll probably put it number 3. I have Menace to Society, Paid in Full, New Jack City, Boys in the Hood, then Juice. That's what I have.
Whoa!
I like them all,
Say
though.
Menace. Rod X said he fuck with Juice. Paid in Full because it's based on true stories. That's what D-Lo going with. Okay, that right there I get you because I just spoke on true stories, movies touching true stories, so I give him a little more weight. But I'm just thinking the New Jack City with what Wesley did and Keisha and the Gunner Man. I guess I would have to say there was a weak. There is a couple of weak characters in there, not by anything of the fault of the actors. They just were new at acting, and that's Ice-T's role. I kind of didn't like the way he acted, and I didn't like the way that the guy that they teamed him up with. I didn't kind of care for the way he acted either.
Yeah, me, I ain't care for Ice-T that much enough in there. I might slide it down to number 4 now that I'm thinking about it. Like when Ice-T finally got the Wesley Snipes at the end and shit, and he was, ooh, I can't even do what he was doing, but it was weird. It wasn't good acting. You know what I'm saying? For real. But I guess in them type of movies, you ain't necessarily looking for the best acting. Because they still was good movies.
They was good movies, but I did feel some type of way about the way Ice-T acted in that movie and Old Boy. Even when I first saw it, I was like, dang, they wasn't at the level that they needed to be, in my opinion. And I know it's an old movie, but you got Wesley in there, you got Mario Van Peebles in there. You supposed to feed off of them and bounce off of them, especially when Wesley is your nemesis. That's the guy that you after. You got to step your game up. D-Lo said I would have New Jack City right above Menace. And then he corrected me and Gunner Man. I always called the dude the Gunner Man. I don't know why, but I always just felt like the Gunner Man fit better. I'm just changing the name of the peoples in the movie like I got a part in it. He said Menace, Juice, New Jack City, Boys in the Hood, Paid in Full. That's Rod X's list.
Right. Hard on the Paid in Full. Got it number 5. They said they don't fuck with the East Coast shit. That's what it is, man. These boys from the South, for the most part, they ain't fucking with the East Coast bullshit. A lot of niggas from the South think the East Coast is corny.
I've heard that. He said
I done heard
most
that my
cult
whole life.
classics don't have best acting. I feel you on that one, D-Lo. He said y'all like New Jersey Drive?
I ain't seen that one.
Me either. I haven't seen that one. Paid in Full ain't ish, especially compared to Sunset Park.
Okay, what about
you hard on Paid in Full, Sunset Park?
What about South Central? OG Bobby Johnson and Loco and in the Kansas City Smack Man and all that shit.
Dang.
You remember that shit? Show
Which
you
movie
Ray.
Oh. Yeah, slightly, not much.
I thought
Not
that
much.
shit was. I
It's a
thought
lot
that
of
shit was cold.
it's a lot of movies. I watched documentaries on them boys from the era from New York. They had some major players. Some same for Detroit. Bad acting too. Yeah, that's true. We did name off some good ones. It's one that's at the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite pull it, and I don't want to mix it up with the wrong thing.
I used to like Belly.
Belly, yeah,
Yeah.
Belly was good. Belly was decent. At first I didn't want to watch it because like you said, the New York thing and the Southern thing had started clashing in my brain for whatever reason. But I decided to give him a chance to see how it was. And yeah, I like the concept and stuff like that. The cinematography that they did kind of threw me off. It was, I guess, they was going for the grimy look because that's what it kind of gave me.
Yeah, I like that shit. I just didn't understand when they had that pentagram and shit on the ground towards the end with DMX. That shit threw me off. But outside of that, I like that shit a lot. Lennox was one of my favorite characters in any movie.
Hmm.
You know, the Jamaican that was smoking that green and watching soccer and shit, that's my nigga.
Yeah. See, I like South Central. I haven't seen Colors in a long time. I don't remember how much I liked it. Colors, I remember that one pretty good. Um, I didn't really too much like that movie. I remember it, D-Lo, and you know, it was a lot of noise made about it because it was, you know, Ice-T was involved in it and all that kind of stuff. But it just didn't give me I just didn't feel it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just didn't feel it. He said Belly was solid, shot us. Everybody in the scene shot us.
Yeah,
It's a good movie.
yeah.
That boy say menace to society. I'm Kane when he pistol whipped dude. Lou Rankin was that dude. Rod X said he messed with Paid in Full. I was a teenager when those movies came out. Hell, I was damn near 30 years old when Paid in Full came out. It hit different as a teenager.
God damn, mate. You in your 50s, huh? I ain't even know he was that old. I thought he was like in his 40s or some shit for some reason. Maybe he told me he was in his 50s a long time ago.
Yeah. He said, I haven't watched Shotters. I tried one night but fell asleep before it got started good.
It's more shooting than acting in that motherfucker.
It's a movie that 50 Cent got.
Get Rich or
With,
Die Trying.
No, not Richard Die Trying.
That was a good one too, though.
It's a good one, but this movie is he's acting with I want to say Robert De Niro. It's one of the big hitters. I can't think of the name of the movie though. I think somebody is playing undercover and he's a drug dealer or something. They get into the system with him and mess over him. I can't remember exactly, but it's a good movie. I just can't think of it.
And my phone about to go dead. I gotta jump off.
All right. My boy Hyphy say Lonzo from Training Day. Oh yeah, he was a beast. Den of Thieves is good. That's a good one. Ice Cube's son, 50 Cent. That first cast in Den of Thieves, that's a good cast. But the second one don't hit as hard. It's good as well, but it don't hit as hard. My boy Trey Ed had to disappear fast. He didn't even get to check out with everybody and say he ain't gonna talk you to death, but he out, but he good. We know what it is. You talking about the movie where 50 gets shot out the window? Damn, I don't even remember that. Did he get shot out the window? I can't remember. I just remember it being a good movie, and I wish I could remember the name of it because I'll end up watching it so I can just refresh myself on it. Lonzo was a wolf. Heck yeah, he was a wolf. You gotta be a wolf out here. You gotta be a wolf. Oh man, look at our brother Hyphy that slid in. He done walked the dog already, went to the gym, got buffed up a little bit. What's going on, Hype?
Just had to come on here and extort everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Extort
Because
him?
I am Lonzo. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna break bread or fake dead?
Oh man, come on now. Don't get yourself shot in the butt and be standing out there talking about, hey, I need that money, man. I need that money.
Yeah, I was listening to y'all talk about some movies though. I'm messing with it.
Oh yeah, man. We done went through what you got. We done so far went through some good comedy movies, with Life and Harlem Nights. Just going through all of them. Oh, I got a good one right here. It's a vampire movie, Vampire from Brooklyn. How y'all feel about that one? Have y'all seen it? With Eddie Murphy playing the vampire. Angela Bassett is his love interest that he trying to turn into the vampire queen. Kadeem Hardin, I believe his name, from It's a Different World, with the little comedic part in it. Pops is in it. Looks like you got the dropsies. What you know about that? Y'all check in on Vampire in Brooklyn. I heard that Blood In and Blood Out was good, but haven't watched it yet. Blood In, Blood Out, Blood In, Blood Out. Is that the one with what's the brother's name who does no, that's Blood and Bone. I haven't seen Blood In, Blood Out, I don't think. Yeah, he was a fool in that movie. But he ended up being the vampire at the end. He ended up being the man because of that ring. That was the only thing that I wasn't feeling. How you put the ring on and turn into the vampire? You supposed to get bit. Anybody mess with Interview with a Vampire? What you know about that, Hype?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Interview with a Vampire. Tom Cruise and the blonde head guy. What's his name?
I might not know about that.
What? Are you serious? You know, wait, you spit out some names. Let me see if you got it. He said, yeah, it was cool too. Jerry Maguire?
Yeah, I have
Anybody?
seen that.
Show Me the Money?
Yep.
How you like how do you feel about Draft Day?
Draft. I don't know if I remember Draft Day.
Oh man, Hyphy. Well, you hit me with something so I can know kind of what area you in, so I can bring bring it up to par. Cause I'm missing you with some movies. What you got for us?
Oh no, I tell you right now, I'm not like the biggest movie buff. I'm gonna say the movie that I've watched the most in my life though is The Wood.
The Wood? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't watch that more than like any other movie, like more times.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. That's his name from Interview with the Vampire. So I'll miss you if I hit you with Mo Better Blues.
No. I've seen Mo Better Blues.
Okay. All right. I see you. You riding with us.
But you know how it go. It's like, like some movies, like, man, if you just like say the name, I'm like, I got to like see the movie to even remember I've seen it before.
To remember what's going on. I feel you on that. Man, it's so many classics that we didn't ran across. I mean, great movies. Everybody was on it tonight, hitting us with some. The Lost Boys. When I heard, I think it was Napoleon Armstrong hit us with the Lost Boys. That's a good one. When I saw the Lost Boys for the first time, I was still in Gary, Indiana, so I know that's a classic movie. Lean on Me.
Kid, huh?
Huh?
I said you was like it's like a kid back then, huh?
Right at adolescence, I think getting ready to cross over into my teenage years.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Lean on Me is a good one. The Color Purple is a good one. Most watched for Napoleon Armstrong, Lean on Me in The Color Purple. Okay. All right. Devil in a Blue Dress, Denzel Washington. That's a great one. That's a good one. Out of Time. That's another good one. Just watched that one the other day. Since we're doing Denzel right now, real quick, back to back to back. What's the other one? Oh my God, time is on my side. Yes, it is. Where they be singing that, it's Falling. Falling is a good one. That boy say no. MZ was a kid when Gone with the Wind came out, and you're right. I was a kid when Gone with the Wind came out. I truly was. He makes me sick. Yeah, I was a kid, so don't do me like Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze as the bouncer. That is another good one. Rod X is digging deep into the bag, pulling out some classical ones on us with that one. Roadhouse is a good movie with Patrick Swayze. Falling shocked me at the end. Yeah, D-Lo, I thought he had pulled it off, but it let us know he was able to jump into a cat of all things. And for his boy to come out there and get shot, yeah, he kind of threw me off with that one too. I'm trying to think of Roseanne's. No, that's not Roseanne's dude that was in the movie with her. Is it? I think it was. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, Fallen was a good one. Point Break. Napoleon Armstrong still pulling it. That's the one with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze when they rob and stuff, and Keanu is the federal dude trying to catch him. Man on Fire was the deal. That is a good one. That is a good one. Man on Fire is the one when he's the bodyguard for the little girl, right? Have you seen that one, Hyphy? Denzel, where he the bodyguard for the little girl?
It don't ring a bell. I don't think so.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's not ringing. And I've seen a whole bunch of Denzel movies.
And you haven't seen, I'm trying to think of her name because as a little girl, she's a hell of an actress. And where she's grown up now. I can't remember her name. It's terrible. But yeah, that's a good movie. He traded himself to cause she got kidnapped, and he traded himself because he messed over he playing an eye for an eye. You did something to us, we're gonna do something to you because I want this little girl back type thing.
Yeah.
Ooh. Rod X is rolling in with the 5 Heartbeats. Eddie Kane. That is a good one. That is a good one. Yep. Dakota Fanning. That's her name. Yeah, that's her name, D-Lo. That little girl has grown into a great actress. She was killing it as a little girl and grew up to do a great job. She also got a nice part in the vampire movie. Dang, if my wife was in here, she could tell me, and she'd probably be like, "How you not remember that? It's my favorite. One of my oh shoot, I was just gonna say the name and lost it."
Hey,
vampires, they kind of got glitter on them. Twilight, yeah, that's it. The Twilight movies. What you was about to say, D-Lo? I mean, Hyphy. Napoleon Armstrong says, The Equalizer or John Wick? I'm gonna go with The Equalizer because I just like the way he break it down and in time with the little time thing. And I just like The Equalizer better. John Wick, let's not get it wrong. I am a fan of Keanu Reeves. I like the dude and the way he act, but I pick The Equalizer over John Wick. I picked The Equalizer over the Twilight movies, and yeah, they are kind of cheesy. Because first of all, I'm still trying to understand why vampires glitter. But I was just bringing that movie up because Dakota Fanning plays in that movie as well. She's grown up. But like I said, I've been a fan of her from seeing her in the movie with Denzel. The Equalizer is good. Safe House. Safe House is a good one. Safe Room. Has anybody seen the movie Safe Room? and it has Forrest Whitaker in it. They break into a house. There's some people living in. They got a safe room in it, and they trying to get some bonds or something that's worth a lot of money. It's a good look. It's a good look. You get a chance to peep it, I would say you should. I'm still open for titles. Who else that coming up? The Equalizer, a bit more believable. I live with John Wick, but they made him seem damn near indestructible. Like Alan Quartermain from Distinguished Gentleman. That's a good one. I like that movie. I like Distinguished Gentleman. The Perfect. Oh, this boy Napoleon Armstrong is in his bag. The Perfect Storm is a sad movie, but it's also good. That is a good one. He came out with a good one. Yeah, I'm talking about the Panic Room where they was in there. Old girl was in there, and they ran into that room. It was, yeah, that's a good movie. You don't think it's a good movie? I think it's a good movie. D-Lo, I think it's a classic. I think it's a classic. Hyphy, you still there? What you got going on over there with you, man?
Yeah, nah, hey, not to like tell you how to run your show, but man, like maybe one day it'd be cool if you was to do maybe like have like a slow weekend of boxing or something. If you was to have just like a best movies or something like type of show, and what I'm saying, have like some of the other brothers that usually don't come on, they'll hop on and what I'm saying, chime in too. That'd be cool probably.
Well, me and you always talking and doing stuff like that. Help me, give me, you can get behind the scenes and come up with it and do something like that. If we think they'll come on and participate, I'm more than glad and willing to open up and do something like that.
Yeah, because oh my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Speak your mind because I don't want you to forget your point.
No, I was gonna say because like sometimes it be them weekends where it be like boxing slow. So like maybe on one of them, like coming off one of them weekends, that'd be a good idea maybe.
Yeah, Storm of the Century. I haven't heard of that movie, D-Lo. So Hyphy, because you didn't get a chance to come in when we was on the boxing stuff.
I got Brian Norman Jr. That's all we need to talk about.
Okay, you got Brian over Devin. Got to give Devin his prop though. He testing himself. He is stepping in the ring after his last performance, especially. He's stepping in the ring with some trouble. He got till November to figure it out.
And I got Norman Sr. over Bill.
I don't think Bill want to do nothing. Storm of the Century. Let me see.
Hey, matter of fact, you're right, because Bill, he seen what happened to that last Philadelphia nigga.
I like the way Brian gave his little gave an interview. I like The Guardian with Costner and Culture. Ashton Kutcher. I never can say his name. Kutcher. I never say his name right. Yeah, I never do say his last name right. But The Guardian, he is good. Oh man, that is a good one. The lifeguard, the Coast Guard swimmers. That's a real good one. I enjoyed that movie. Oh, excuse me. Let me see. D-Lo coming in strong now. First, Napoleon Armstrong was throwing curve after curve after curve. Now D-Lo the bag pulled into the bag a little bit and pulled out some of the Perfect Storm was a real good one though. But The Guardian, you followed up with a great one. Crossroads. I don't think I can't say I'm privy to that one. I don't think I've seen Crossroads. You guys seen Skeleton Key or Stir of Echoes? Stir of Echoes is a good one with what's that guy's name? Not Sutherland. I can't think of the actor's name. But Stir of Echoes is they moved into this house and this dude started having visions of a girl that got killed in there, and it just so happened to have gotten done by the neighbors, and they knew him. Good movie, good look. It's kind of one of those, like Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg and Patrick. Was it Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg? Yeah, Patrick Swayze and Ghost. Kevin Bacon, yeah, that's his name. That's his name in Stir of Echoes. Kevin Bacon, good movie.
Hey, MZ, I'm gonna be listening in. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still rocking with you, and I got Brian Norman over everybody.
Okay, I feel you on that one, Brian Norman over everybody. Y'all heard it. My boy Hyphen came through and kicked us with us for a hot second. Stir of Echoes is good. Kevin Bacon, Ralph Macchio, Cynthia about Robert Johnson made deal with the devil. Ralph Macchio, Joe Cynthia, and about Robert Johnson made a deal with the devil. Oh, okay. Crossroads, the guitar player that met the devil, and is that the movie you talking about? With a guitar, he was like the greatest guitar player ever. Is that the one? Napoleon Armstrong, because I think that's you. When you said that, I think that excuse me, slow down. Yeah, that's it. He said, yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, I do know Crossroads. My bad. But I think I know it from reading the book. I don't remember seeing the movie. I think I was reading that. I read that. I didn't see that. I read that. Yeah, it's about the legend of the guitar player. He's the greatest guitar player. He was supposedly the greatest guitar player ever. He met the devil at the crossroad, made a deal where he can. Yeah, I remember that. But I don't remember seeing it. I most definitely think that was a read and not a look. If that makes sense. I'm still running my mind. Okay, I gave y'all cried on Kunta getting his foot cut. But I know I've been tear jerked in another. Oh, The Other Sister is a good movie. Have you guys seen The Other Sister? That's a great movie, and 1986, I think. 1986. Was it 1986? I don't remember. Like I said, I don't remember seeing the movie. I think I remember it more. I think my memory of it is more from it being read, not seen. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. I don't think I'm gonna go try. I'm gonna go try to see it or pull it up as soon as I can, because I wouldn't mind seeing who played it out. My girl was sad too. My girl was sad. I don't remember seeing My Girl. I cried when James Evans died. On Good Times? Wow, you must have really been invested on Good Times when James died. If that's what you're talking about. Because I don't remember him dying. Did he die in Roots? I can't even remember. I remember him being old, having kids. But I do remember him dying on Good Times. And him doing So What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Didn't see that. You know, you hit me with some stuff that one I don't remember. Good Times. I'm for real. I'm like, he was on Good Times and he died on Good Times. That's why he stopped being on there. And it ended up just being Florida, JJ, Michael, Thelma. If my mind is serving me correctly, I think that's when Janet Jackson's part came in as Penny, the little girl, really started being in there. And Walona adopted her because her mama was beating her and burned her with an iron. Y'all remember that? Man, my mind just went Good Times deep right then. He said, "No, you're right. Okay, it is good times. Okay, so we laughing and having fun on the same thing." That was a good. I grew up on the good times. Now with that, yeah, I was a kid. I was a big kid, but a kid. I was in there. Good times. Who and the Jeffersons, Archie Bunker. I really thought that Carol O'Connor was a racist because Archie Bunker just had me throw it off, y'all. I really did, but that man wasn't like that at all. He just could act. He could just act. The Jeffersons. I'm probably in some spots where people are like, oh, MZ way too far from where we at. He said, yeah, they didn't want to pay that man. Initially, they didn't want a father on there to begin with, but Esther Rolle wasn't having it. I remember him having an interview where they were speaking about that, and he was talking about it, and he was speaking about that, and he touched on those things right there. My boy Napoleon Armstrong said Janet Dubois, a biological dad, was Cab Calloway. Fun fact. Really? Mr. Hottie Hottie Ho, Mr. Hottie Hottie. Him? Wow, that is a fun fact. Didn't know that. Carol O'Connor was one of my favorites. He was, once I got past the fact, because seeing Archie Bunker, I was mainly a kid, impressionable, and you know how I go. You watching TV, a lot of stuff. The way that actor just carried himself in that show had me thinking he was a racist, but he is one of my favorite actors. Once I found out that he wasn't like that, and that was just part of his craft. I also liked him in Mississippi Burning. In that series, that was a good one. Oh, she sang the thing. I didn't know that. So we moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. Man, y'all making me remember. Y'all making remember. I broke that all up, didn't I? How you do music? You can put songs out, but you can't. Yeah, it is what it is. I'll be excited and having fun. So, I think we done been through anything and everything we can want to touch on. But if y'all got some more stuff to roll at me, I'm willing to roll with it. I truly am. Fun fact, Gil Coles is related to the dad from 227. Whoa! So we shooting shots like that? Because 227, isn't that the one with the older lady, the three black ladies? They stayed in the apartment building, 1, 2, 3, 4. They had the 4 apartments, if I'm remembering correctly. Norman. Well, he'll be facing Haney in November in Riyadh for Turkey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Great show, MZ. I appreciate it from everybody coming in to hang out with me. I'm going to take what Hyphy said into consideration, and we're going to try to go ahead and get something together. So when it do slow down, we can have some other ways to roll. I was being serious about that. Wait a minute. Are you serious? So Gil Coles really is related to the dad from 227. You was really being serious about that. Oh, wow. Okay. That's cool. That's cool as cool can be. I was going to say cool as stuff, but my granddaughters is here. They might can hear me. One of them is running around. She's doing pull-ups, y'all, because she got this pull-up bar that you can hang up at the door. And she actually can do, she got a rest between them, but she can do 2. And I think she just 8. So she doing her thing. A movie show, a music show too, even a basketball history show. Who remembers Enemy Mine? I feel you on that one, Hyphy. We can do all that. I don't remember Enemy Mine. I don't remember that. But I feel you with all that, Hyphy. A movie show, a music show, even a basketball history show. Tell you what, we can pull that together. I'll sit down and bring some things together and try to make it fun and happy for everybody. I never seen Enemy of Mine, but like Enemy of the State. Now, Enemy of the State was a good one. Lou Gossett Jr. was an alien? Wow, you just hit me with something that I never would have thought in a million years. I didn't even know he played an alien. And it's called Enemy Mine. I'm gonna have to check it out. Dennis Quaid was the co-star. Now I never even heard of that movie. You done hit me with a good one. Lou Gossett Jr. and Dennis Quaid. You brought his name up, and I'm thinking, what? He's in another good movie that I enjoyed. So many of them, we've been through so much. My mind is spinning on all kind of genres. I know I'm gonna end up looking at something good tonight or find something. I guess I'm about to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody that came through and hung out with me. Hell yeah. Okay, you see, D-Lo, that's what I'm talking about. D-Lo keep throwing me a hook every time. I'm gonna bag up. Now I forget what I was about to say. Prometheus is a good one. When they fly out there to that shit with the robot dude, looking for the creators, that is a good movie. D-Lo, good one. I like sci-fi as well as I like a real movie. I like all the arts when it come down to them acting and stuff like that. Tap with Gregory Hines and Sammy Davis Jr. That's an old school one right there. Tap is a good one. And then that is a good one. I like Frequency with Dennis Quaid. Frequency. It sounds familiar. But I can't say. You got to give me something in it for me to actually remember it. But you pulling up Prometheus was a good one. What about Leviathan? How you like that one? Oh, do you remember Leviathan? About the ship. Man, we can just go on for. I'm gonna come up with something up to date. I know you know about Moby Dick, the old school one from Family Classics, but how do you like the remake they did with Heart of the Sea? D-Lo say Temptations or 5 Heartbeats. Oh man, Temptations or 5 Heartbeats. I'm gonna have to say Temptations. David Ruffin and Otis and Blue and all them. Napoleon Armstrong said he going with 5. He going with the 5 Heartbeats. The Temptations got me, man. That's a good movie to me. I like the Temptations movie. You never seen Heart of the Sea? Oh man, it's with the dude that plays Thor. He's the first mate on the ship, and you know it's the Moby Dick tale, but they break it down and they story it a whole nother way, and in my opinion, it's one of the few remakes of a movie without taking the name and saying that's what it is, and putting it out and doing just as well. He said, I usually go with the true story, but 5 Heartbeats is a master. I'm sure Peace goes after that. I feel y'all, but maybe it's because the Temptations has been played around me so much. My baby girl, my middle daughter, she says she's an old soul. I have to believe it because she loves the Temptations, Diana Ross, old school groups like that. My baby girl reaches back to old stuff. She's a Sade fan. She likes to listen to things like that instead of what most of the people of her generation listens to. So she loves the Temptations. Every time it comes on, if she's here to mom and dad's house and it's on, she has to watch it. So I think it's been played to me so much that that's why I'm end up picking it, you know, over the Heartbeats. But the Heartbeats is a good one. The Shining. Oh man, with Jack Nicholson, that is a good one. Here's Johnny. That was a good one. Red Rum, Red Rum, Red Rum, Red Rum. That's a good movie right there. MZ, if you could find The Storm of the Century on one of the free apps, I think you would like it. It's a bit long because it's 2 parts. Oh, that's cool. If the movie is going where with some movies I can actually tolerate actors that don't have big names, but they crushing it, I can go with that all day. But if it's a little bit long, I don't care as long as it's captivating. That's the whole thing for me, as long as it's captivating. 100. But I will look for it so I can check it out. Storm of the Century. I won't just tell you that, waste your time because you took the time to tell me about it. I will look for it, sure. I like looking at movies. I truly do. It's time to get this rent paid. I'm going to the bank in the morning. First thing. Knock that on out the way. $125. Let me see. One of my drag cars was named Red Run after that scene. For real? That's crazy. And I didn't miss your comment about the Cuba Gooding movie, A Few Good Men, kind of hitting close at home for you, because I saw about the car accident you messed up knee and everything, with you getting ready to try to go into the Coast Guards. So I did get that. I just wasn't for sure if I said it out loud because I was just reading down fast, but I caught that for sure, D-Lo. And yeah, sad to hear that you didn't get a chance to do that. But yeah, that's a good movie. That Coast Guard movie is good. A Few Good Men is good. Officer and a Gentleman. We done went through it, man. We done went through it. Unless somebody gonna hit me with another one when I get ready to start this off again and say I greatly appreciate everybody coming through, because you could have been anywhere, but you chose to spend this time here with me. Hey, Yasser, because I know you usually be listening. I gave you a 3-hour plus show to make sure that it satisfied what you needed. I hope we talked about enough boxing for you to give you that. And I hope that the movie talk that we went across and things like that also went across good. And for the small segment that we had to talk about the youngsters and love and not knowing anything about Teddy Pendergrass or Shy or Silk or any of the love-making songs to help you get here. But like we did say, love is out the window because they could pop a pill. And there it is. Storm of the Century on Hulu, Disney Plus right now, according to Google. Okay, I got Disney. I don't know if it's the Plus. But if it's on the Plus, it should be on Disney, so I should be able to watch it. I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate that real big. And y'all give me an idea with this fall. I'm working on this track. Y'all just let me know if I should still keep working on it or if we should let it go. Let it go. I don't think we should. And I'm going to holler at y'all later. But leave me something to let me know what this track sound like. Peace.
He turned his back on love. He fell from grace and God. He lost his protection from the demon.